Good morning and welcome to Excelsior Christkindlsmarkt. We are so sad we can't be doing this in person with you all, but we're so glad we get to share this morning with you virtually. You men and women who once yourselves were children, you little ones, life's journey's just beginning. Each and all who trouble tomorrow are full of cheer today. Pray, listen to what Christkind has come to say. Each year, 4 weeks before the time, to decorate the Christmas tree, to celebrate the season, appears upon this square. Your forebears knew it too. What you here see, called Christkindlsmarkt by you. This little town, within the town of wood and cloth made, whose short-lived splendor seems so fleeting to be, and yet is eternal. My market shall forever young remain, as long as Nuremberg stands, and the memory of that market's fame. For Nuremberg is both old and young at once, the many features of its countenance beyond all count. Here this noble square, but now adjoining it, the tall buildings of today, the factories of the modern world, the new city of so much green. And yet, you men and women true, it will remain forever the Nuremberg that is you. Now, as the old year ends, there comes the day when wishes can be made and presents given, when the market shines forth far and wide, with decorations and crystal balls and blessed Christmas time. This you may not forget, you men and women, heed my word. He who has all needs, nothing more. There are children of this world and poor, who know best what giving's for. You men and women, who once yourselves were children, be them again today, happy as children be. And now the Christkind to its market calls, and all who come are truly welcome. Should we start off with reading some letters?
Sure.
About this year?
Sure.
Let's do it. Would you like to start?
Yeah, let's see. Well, this is a nice letter. It looks like it's from Noah. Noah. Dear Santa, how are you? I would like some car tracks like at the cabin. Hot Wheels.
Ooh.
Have fun with your reindeer at the North Pole. Love, Noah. I guess I wrote her back here. I'm going to read what I wrote her. Noah, I am very well, thank you. I am very well, thank you, and I hope you are also very well. Thank you for the nice letter. I think Hot Wheels would be fun. We will do our best to put them under the Christmas tree. Have a very happy Christmas. All my best love, Father Christmas.
What a lovely letter.
Isn't that nice? Thank you.
Thank you, Noah.
You want to read one?
Can I read one? Okay. This is from Fulton. To Santa. This is his Christmas list. A tennis racket, a football, pants, the Star Destroyer, the soup, from Fulton. And then I'll read what Santa wrote back to you. Thank you, Fulton, for your letter. Please know we will do our very best to have your wishes appear under your Christmas tree. May you and your family have a wonderful Christmas season. All my best love, Father Christmas.
Well, I'll go read a little book here first here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Christmas in the Manger. Well, this is kind of a nice one, I think.
Yeah.
It's small. Big letters. I think I can read it. I am the star that shines in the east. I light the stable for man and beast. picture of the stable there. These are thick pages.
Yeah.
I am the donkey, soft and gray. I carried his mother from far away. There's the donkey. Oh, I am the ram with my curly horn. I guard the stall where the child is born. That's the ram. And, big one here. I am the ox, strong and steel. Before the only son, I kneel. Picture the ox. We are the shepherds who watch the sheep. Tonight a holy watch we keep. Big canes they have. They're taller than they are. We are the wise men. Gifts we bring for baby Jesus, our newborn King. Oh, I am Mary, the mother mild. How I love my tiny child. How about that? Okay. Now maybe your turn. Your turn.
How about we read Amelia Bedelia and the Christmas List? Do you know Amelia Bedelia?
I've heard, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I love her. Okay, Amelia Bedelia and the Christmas List. Mrs. Rogers is so busy, said Amelia Bedelia. She asked me to do her Christmas shopping. It's a good thing she gave me this list. My, these people want such strange presents. Now the thing about Amelia Bedelia is she always mixes things up, so this will be quite interesting. First on the list, earrings for Aunt Myra. These sound great. I hope they don't ring too loud for Aunt Myra's ears. Look at, she got bells instead of earrings. Here, said the sales lady, these earrings are quieter. And she gave her actual earrings, thankfully. Julia wants this basketball. All these baskets roll nicely, but they don't bounce at all. Now she's giving her baskets instead of basketballs. Catch, said the salesman. This ball rolls, bounces, and makes baskets. The salesman helped her out and gave her a real one. Okay. A ball that makes baskets? Sounds silly, but I'll take it. Next on my list is a pair of sunglasses for Cousin Alcalu. What a nice pair of sunglasses. Now she has a pair of cups for sunglasses. The sales lady helps her out. Try this pair, said a woman. These are easier to wear. Now for Mr. Rogers. He wants headphones. Oh boy, what's she going to do for that? I wonder how many phones Mr. Rogers can fit on his head. Now she's using telephones as headphones. Ah, said Amelia Bedelia, these headphones feel much better. I'll take them instead. Okay. I need help, Santa, said Amelia Bedelia. Mrs. Rogers is so nice and she loves peppermints. I found pepper and mints, she said, but they taste terrible together. Now she's got a pepper shaker and some mints. Does not sound like a very good combo. Ho, 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 said Santa. Tell Mrs. Rogers Merry Christmas for me. Now Santa's giving her a real candy cane, which is good. Whoops, I almost forgot. Billy wants a snowboard. Here is a board with lots of snow. Now she's giving him a wooden board with snow on it. Try this snowboard, said a man. It will not melt. There we go. Now she's getting a real one. Home at last, said Amelia Bedelia. Mrs. Rogers, your list is done. But who are all these presents for? They are for you, said Mrs. Rogers. Amelia Bedelia, you are on everybody's list. because the best gift of all is you. Oh, that's so sweet. The end.
You might read one more. I think I have less than you do. So if you want to try out
Yeah.
maybe a book or something.
Let's read. Should we read The Little Christmas Elf?
Oh, yeah.
This one's a good one. Okay. The Little Christmas Elf. Tap, tap, tap. It was Christmas Eve in Santa's workshop. Nina sat at a wooden work table with the other busy elves. She could barely see over the tabletop, but she didn't mind. Nina was the littlest elf in the workshop, but this year she was big enough to join in during the toy-making session. Her chance had finally come. There's Nina making what looks like a little teddy bear? We'll see. Nina, you will have to work faster if that teddy bear is going to be ready for Christmas, said the biggest elf. Okay, Elvis, I'll try, said Nina as she stuffed cotton into the little bear. She hummed and bobbed her head as she worked, making sure that cotton got all the way down into the bear's toes. Nina had been working on her bear all day, but she was beginning to worry she wouldn't finish in time. Finished, sang the elf at the end of the table. Me too, another elf chimed in. Ta-da! Cried the third elf. Everyone clapped for them. Hey, it's dark outside, said Elvis. Let's plug in the Christmas lights. As the workshop lit up, elves began to sing, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, I think Nina's still working on her gift, though. Hopefully she finishes. One by one, the elves finished their toys. Trains, dolls, and blocks sat drying on the table. Would you like some help, Nina? Said a friendly elf. No, thank you, Holly, said Nina, trying to smile. I really want to do it myself. Elvis cleaned their places at the table. Elvis went outside to play in the snow. Oh, elves. Elves went outside to play in the snow. Suddenly, there was the sound of hoofbeats. Santa's here with the reindeer, someone shouted. All the elves ran out of the workshop and crowded around Santa and his sleigh. I think they're getting ready to deliver presents. Tears filled Nina's eyes. She still had so much work to do. Meanwhile, the elves began to load toys into the huge red sacks and toss them into the sleigh. Santa came inside and stood next to Nina. His mustache twitched. You're doing a fine job, he said, but I don't think he'll be finished in time. Nina looked down at her bear. No, Santa, she said in a small voice. Well, don't give up now, Nina, said Santa. We can always save your bear for next year. And with that, Santa left the workshop. Alone in the workshop, Nina watched Santa's sleigh soar into the night sky. But she remembered what Santa had told her about not giving up, so she turned back to the work table. Nina finished stuffing the bear. She sewed on two button eyes, a nose, and then a smile. Finally, she stitched on the heart. Nina held the bear up high. He was finished, and what a fine bear he was. He would make a child very happy. But there's no one to give it to because they already delivered the Christmas presents. But not until next year, sighed Nina as she placed the bear on the table. With a yawn, she headed toward the workshop door. Who should be standing just outside but Santa? He was already back from delivering the presents. Ho, 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 he laughed. You sure are up late for a little elf. Yes, Santa, said Nina. I wanted to finish my bear. Thank goodness you didn't give up, said Santa. Just when I finished my deliveries, a new baby was born. I didn't have any toys left for the little one. Nina's eyes grew wide. Is my bear for the new baby? Yes, indeed. If it weren't for you, Nina, that poor little baby would be the only one without a gift this year on Christmas. Nina ran and got the bear. She held it out to Santa, but he didn't take it. I think you should come with me for such a special delivery, he told Nina, scooping her up into the sleigh. Ho, 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 it'll be a gift for the littlest baby from the littlest elf. And they headed off toward the night sky. And look at his little child with the bear she gave him. So sweet. The end.
That's nice. That's
Should we
nice.
Some more letters, or?
Well, let's try a letter here.
Yeah.
Well, this one says, Dear Santa. It's different. I want for Christmas is a Mario Kart, football cards. Is this the same one that you read by any chance?
It's a
Okay.
different one.
A Fortnite battle bus. The book with no pictures.
Oh, I love that book.
Yeah, it's a lot of reading. Donkey Kong Country Game. Lego City Bat. Lego City Bat Cave and a Dockside Fire. Yes, Dockside Fire. Carson O'Berg, that's his name. I write to him, Carson, you have a great list. Thank you for sending me your Christmas wishes. We will work hard to fill your list. Have a very Merry Christmas. Love, Father Christmas.
Should I read one of mine?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, it starts out with, Dear Santa, for Christmas I want a Nintendo Switch games, Mario Odyssey, and Yoshi's Crafted World. That would be super. And they also want New Super Mario Bros., Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Lego Minecraft The Creeper Mine and Crafting Box, that sounds interesting, and the Redstone Battle, and the Treehouse, and Star Wars, from Nolan Oberg. Okay, and this is what you wrote back to him. Thank you for your detailed letter, and I see how you like Legos. We will do our very best to fill your wishes. You and your family have a joyous Christmas. My best love, Father Christmas.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice letter. It's a lot of stuff. I bet we can do it.
Who will guide my sleigh tonight? Well, let's see. They've got a whole bunch of things guiding this sleigh. The job was too big for me. I needed help. You can see why it would be too big for one person.
Oh boy.
Holy mackerel, all those places there. I had the sleigh, but one helper just wouldn't do it. I was looking for a team. See, there he is. He needs a team to help him. I tried tigers. They played too rough. They almost ate me. Jeez.
Oh boy. We don't want that to
I
happen.
don't know. Well, I just soon not that happen.
Yeah.
I tried mice. They couldn't even lift the straps. Let's see here, who else he tried here? The penguins flapped and flapped. Oops, they flipped and flopped. Let's see what else they do here. The dolphins were really smart, but splash, they took me for a swim.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I remember that. Middle of the winter time, it's not very nice to go for a swim. Thanks, dolphins. Now you're going to have to look at this picture pretty good because it's kind of mixed up. I love the graphs, the drafts. Oh no, they got stuck. Well, they got stuck in the electric poles and the wiring. And
Oh my goodness.
probably didn't have TV then and stuff, but they got stuck in every single thing that went across there. I gave the skunks a try.
Oh boy.
It was a smelly idea. I guess so, I guess so, I guess so. Hop kangaroos, hop, hop, hop. The hop presents hop, wet hop everywhere. They are certainly doing a good job there.
Yeah, that would be a little crazy.
Yeah, I guess so. The turtles were too slow. The cheetahs were too fast. The snakes, I don't like snakes. Let's see what's next here. I tried rhinoceroses. Oh, that's a long word.
Yeah. It's a mouthful.
Bam, crash, they smashed through a house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh,
That would not be a good present.
no, not too good. Don't even think about it, said Mrs. Claus. Bunnies are for Easter. Do they? There's got to be some more here. I tried monkeys. Stop it. Don't look at my underwear. Well, micey, those little dingy mousies. Monkeys, excuse me, not mousies. Then I had a bright idea. Reindeer. That's it. They can do it all. I think he's got a smile on his face.
Yeah. Let's hope the reindeer work.
We'll see. Whoa, what a nice smooth ride.
There.
Yahoo! Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He's thinking about the next year. Next year, maybe I will try butterflies. We'll see how that'll work.
Yeah.
I missed a picture. Did I show you this one here?
That's the reindeer.
Well, if I did, I should have shown it twice anyway because it's very nice. Well, I guess you found a team.
Yeah. That's good. The reindeers are great too.
Yes.
Should I read one?
Go ahead.
I'll read one about reindeers. How about that? Okay. The Wild Christmas Reindeer. Let's see. Okay. I'll read it and then I'll show you the pictures because it's a little small. Tika was excited and a little afraid. This year, Santa had asked her to get the reindeer ready to fly on Christmas Eve. Tika had never done this before and she wanted everything to be perfect. Tika lived up in the Arctic in the shadow of Santa's winter farm. The last of the snow geese had flown south and everyone's mind was on Christmas. The workshop was alive with sounds and saws sawing, hammers hammering, and brushes painting as they all worked to have the toys and presents ready for delivery on Christmas Eve. Really detailed picture here. Is everybody getting ready for Christmas?
I guess so.
Busy time. Tika knew it was time for her to go in search of the reindeer. They had been out in the tundra, wild and free, since last Christmas, and Tika was sure they wouldn't want to go back to the winter farm to train. She would have to be strong and firm. At last she found them. Bramble and Heather, Windswept and Lichen, Snowball, Crag, Twilight, and Tundra. Those are all the reindeer. It looks like they do not want to go to the winter farm. Next. Tika took a deep breath and shouted, "Let's go! Move! Move! Move!" The reindeer were bewildered by Tika's voice. Their heads went up to see who this loud creature was. But they let her herd them together, and they headed back toward the winter farm. Tundra gave her the most trouble. Tika didn't know that he considered himself the leader and was not used to being bossed around. He liked to stay next to Twilight, but she was separated from him and running near the front. When they got to the barn, Tika put them in different stalls. Tundra snorted impatiently. Looks kind of a mess. She's trying to get all the reindeer to go with her. By the next morning, when Tika went into the barn, all the reindeer were restless and upset. Lichen was afraid of Craig, who kept nipping at him. Bramble was so worried she drove Heather wild. Twilight kept calling out to Tundra, who was just plain angry and stamping his hooves. They all look kind of mad at Tika. Tika groomed each reindeer. She wanted them to look sleek and glossy for Santa. One by one, she brushed and combed their coats and pushed and pulled on their tangled manes. She brushed so long and hard that their ears started to turn pink. Look at how hard she's brushing. That looks painful. Look at that. Now the reindeers are frightened about their turn. Okay, Tika took the reindeer outside. Now she was ready for the real training to begin. Oh boy. Snowflakes danced in the air as she tried to stand them in two lines and put on their harnesses. But they wouldn't stay lined up. She had to put Tundra at the back, with Heather instead at the front with Twilight. So he kicked out at Heather, who bolted into Bramble. Tika scolded the reindeer. "Don't move," she cried. But they all ran off wild-eyed. and she had to go after them and bring them all back. They're all scrambling around. That looks like a tough job for one person. The next day, Tika harnessed the reindeer in the barn before taking them out into the snow. Everything went right until she got them lined up outside and tried to steer them first to the left and then to the right. To make the sleigh fly, they would need to pull together smoothly, but everything went wrong. Tundra crashed into Heather, Snowball blew up into Bramble, Windswept knocked over Twilight, and then Legion locked antlers with Craig. They're all mixed up. This is a crazy picture. Okay. Stop, Tika cried as she watched the reindeer paw the air. Unhook, she shouted, and tried to free their long antlers. Then Legion and Craig fell over into the snow. The harder they pulled, the more their antlers locked. The reindeer were frantic, and Tika only made it worse by yelling at them. This is an even more crazy picture. Look at them all mixed up. It's crazy. Okay. Tundra and Heather rushed to help, but the antlers did not break free. Windswept nudged Legion, and Bramble ran to help Craig. But the more they tried to help, the more they got tangled up themselves. Their necks strained and their muscles bulged, but their antlers did not budge. Tika wailed, "Oh please, it's almost Christmas Eve." But the reindeer could not move. The frosty silence hung in the air. Looks like they're all stuck together. I wonder what's going to happen or how they're going to get out of that mess. Okay. Tika looked at the tangled reindeer, once so bold and free, and began to cry. "It's my fault," she said. "I spent all my time yelling at you instead of helping. I'm so sorry." And one by one she gave each reindeer a hug. "Tomorrow," she said, "we will work in a new way. No more yelling, no screaming, and no bossing. I promise. Let me try to help get you free." Look at there. Now she's making everything better. The reindeer listened to this new voice. Heather's eyes sparkled. Craig cracked a reindeer grin. Bramble giggled, and Snowball sighed. Tundra laughed, and Twilight smiled. The more they laughed, and the more they shook, as they shook their antlers, and as they shook, their antlers rattled and rubbed. And before Tika could do anything, she heard a spring, spring, sprung sound, and the antlers jingled free. Look at, they all look a lot happier now, not mixed up and tangled together. Quietly, Tika led the reindeer back to the barn. She sleeked their coats, she gently brushed their ears, and combed out their manes. Tundra nuzzled their cheek. The next day, the reindeer lined up in 2 lines, ready for the harness, with Twilight and Tundra leading the line. They practiced turning left and they practiced turning right. Tika directed them softly. Tundra pulled for Twilight. Bramble was gentle to Legion. Windswept helped Heather, and Snowball nestled against Craig. Together they practiced long and hard. They didn't notice that it was getting dark, and they almost didn't hear a jingle in the distance. I wonder who that could be. It was Santa, standing by the sleigh, piled high with presents ready to go. Look at all the reindeer look lined up and ready to go deliver presents. And now the reindeer were ready too, and Tika led them to the sleigh. Santa smiled and nodded his thanks. Then he climbed aboard and waved to Tika, who watched as the reindeer rose up together and carried the sleigh off into the night. There we go. It all got fixed. Now they're delivering.
Isn't that a nice picture?
Yes, that's a beautiful picture. And here's the end with Tika sleeping happily in her bed. Looks like. The end.
And I got another letter here.
Oh. Let's see.
Dear Santa, I want a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. The next thing I want is a $125 Robux gift card. I want a Super Mario Party and a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. I don't even know what some of these things are, but we'll get them. We'll get them. Love, Casey. Thank you, Casey, for your letter. You have been an exceptionally good girl this year, and we are so proud of you. Have a Merry Christmas, and just so you know, I love cookies. Love Father Christmas.
Oh. Should we read another book?
Sure. This is Santa Claus coming down here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what. Dream Snow must be the title. It's kind of a funny title, but we'll find out. On a small farm there lived a farmer. He had only a few animals. He could count them all on his finger, on one hand. So the farmer named his animals. Listen to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's the 5 animals.
That's crazy.
That's kind of a neat name.
Yeah.
Not hard to not remember, but which one's what though? By the end of the barn stood a small tree. The farmer named it Tree. Well, that's strange. Hello, Tree, he would say when he passed it. You can see pictures in the barn and the tree on the end. He really can't forget the name Tree very well when he sees them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The farmer took good care of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Every day he fed them and cleaned their stalls. In the evening, when the farm work was done, he went to his house. On his way to his house. Then he sat in his favorite chair, drank a cup of hot peppermint tea, and ate a slice of bread with honey on it. One night, as he sat there, he's sitting there, the farmer felt very cozy and a bit tired. Heavens, he said, yawning, it's almost Christmas, and it hasn't snowed yet. With that, he fell asleep. Soon he dreamed of falling snowflakes that gently covered him with a whole white blanket. That's him just laying there with a whole white blanket.
Yeah, it's kind of like this year. There's
Yeah,
no snow
what a
yet.
dream, what a dream.
Yeah.
The snowflakes covered one with a white blanket. There's number 1 with a blanket. If you want to see what one would look like, he actually looked like this.
Oh, one's a
With a
horse.
horse. But in his dream, it covered blanket.
Yeah.
The snowflakes gently covered 2 with a white blanket. Can't see number 2 there. We'll see what he looks like here. Oh. Cow. Anyway, let's see what the next one is here. The snowflakes gently covered 3 with a white blanket. There's number 3 with a white blanket. And what did number 3 look like? A sheep, a sheep, a sheep.
Oh.
Well, we're getting to know what these numbers are here anyway. With snowflakes gently covered 4 with a white blanket. Geez, that's strange.
That hasn't happened before.
No. See what 4 is here. Gotta take the blanket off him. Ha!
Oh, it's a pig.
A pig! How about that? A pig. Wipe, wipe. Let's see what number 5 is here. The snowflakes gently covered 5 with a white blanket. That's number 5 with a white blanket. What do you look like, number 5? How about a turkey, a rooster?
Oh.
What do you got? A rooster, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
That's got to be a rooster.
Oh, yeah, it looks like
Hi, rooster. The farmer woke up from his dream, looked out in his window and saw snow. It was not dream snow, it was real snow. It had snowed while he had been napped. Now the snow clouds had moved away. The moon and the stars sparkled in the wintry night sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 were safe and fast asleep. You can see them snoring there. Yeah. Have an interesting book here. Oh my, cried the farmer. I almost forgot. Quickly he put on his warm coat, his warm boots, his warm hat, and his warm gloves. He grabbed a box, slung a sack over his shoulder, and dashed outside.
He kind of looks like someone familiar.
Oh, yeah, I'll be doggone. Let's see here. Running past 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the farmer shouted, I almost forgot, waking up the animals. They looked and wondered what the farmer was up to now. And he's running off there. Oh, let's see here. They watched as he unpacked the box and emptied the sack. See the sack there? They're watching. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 watched as he decorated the tree. Then he shouted, Merry Christmas to all, and pushed the button. See the button?
Mm-hmm. What does the button do?
Hey, button.
Whoa.
Did you hear that?
Sounds
Well, I'm
like
going to push it
Christmas.
again. Boop, boop. Super nice, super nice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the story.
It's a good story.
The story.
Should I read a Christmas letter?
Go ahead.
Okay. Dear Santa, I would like a snow globe, a new Elsa dress, ooh, some long gloves, a dress-up head like Elsa and Cinderella, a pretty, pretty Cinderella dress. Have a safe trip. I'm making you a boat. Oh, do you think we could use a boat instead of reindeer this year?
We'll try it.
We'll try. Okay. Thank you, Madeline, for your wonderful letter. We will do our very best to make all your wishes come true. Have a very Merry Christmas. Okay. Shall I read a story now, too?
Why don't you read a story, too?
Okay,
I
this
like
one's
this picture.
really cool. It has real photographs that somebody took. Okay. Stranger in the Woods. That's the first picture. I'll read and then I'll show everyone the pictures. Okay. The snowflakes were resting after their twisting, twirling dance through the crisp night air. Every twig in the forest wore a new coat of glimmering white. Daybreak came softly moving through the woods and yawning, as its rays slowly stretched across the snowy meadows. The birds were the first to notice. Look at all the snow in the woods. Really pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Stranger in the woods, stranger in the woods. Take care, take care. The blue jays cawed a warning from high in the tops of all the tall oak trees. Do you hear the jay calling? Mother Doe spoke softly to her fawn. Yes, he whispered. I always listen to the birds. The wind blowing through the trees, the rustling of the leaves, and all the sounds of the woods. Okay, here's the blue jay calling out for them. I wonder what the stranger in the woods is. Stranger in the woods. Who's in the woods? Where? Where did the jay say? Where is he? The owl of many asked the owl of many questions. The owl's very confused. What is going on? Okay. Could that be him? Asked the mourning dove. There, beyond the old apple tree. Follow the snow trail past the pond to where the meadow begins. Not far at all. Look at, there's footprints in the snow. I wonder who that could be. Okay. Who's in the woods? Why is he here? When did the stranger come? Asked the owl of many questions. I've been here since early this morning, before the first pale light on the eastern sky, said the munching muskrat. No stranger came this way. No one passed my pond. There's the muskrat. followed the trail under the light of the winter moon, answered the buck. He was not there during the night, that I'm sure. Look at this good picture of the buck. All the animals moved through the snowy forest. They came to the edge of the meadow. The frightened doe stamped her hoof and snorted. Where is he? Where is he? Can you see him? Yes, yes, I do see him, chattered the squirrel. Someone needs to go and check him out. Look you can see the stranger in the woods peeking his head. Kind of looks like a snowman, doesn't he? Okay. Who will go see? Who will go see? Asked the owls of many questions. Now, don't be looking at me. I'm too busy chewing on my antler, sputtered the porcupine. And there's the porcupine. You'll not be volunteering me, no sirree, said the scared rabbit. Is he watching me? Howdy dee, it's me, the chickadee. I will go. I will take the lead. Look at the small chickadee being very brave, going to check out the stranger. I'm the smallest and the can scamper quickly. I'll do it. I'll make a tunnel under the snow where only I can go. Creeping in closer to get a look, quietly, just like a mouse. Look at this.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Let it be me. Let me go, volunteered the fawn. I can do it. I know I can. Look at, they're all wanting to go see the stranger in the woods. I really want to see who it is. I'm the strongest and the biggest, said the young buck. I should go first. I can fly faster, chirped the cardinal, but I can run like lightning and I've antlers, boasted the buck. But I am red, announced the cardinal, not knowing what else to say. Now they're competing for who's going to go see the stranger in the woods. Oh, I think they found him. Look at that. What are you waiting for? I'm already there, explained the chickadee. Look at the chickadees perched on his carrot nose. Gee, said the chickadee. There are nuts and seeds on his hat for you and me. This stranger is friendly. Come see, there's plenty. Look at the stranger has some food for the birds in his hat. Okay. I can see there is something for you, said the buck. Could it be there is something for me? My nose is leading me to corn buried beneath the snow. Let's see if the snowman has some corn under his snow. So that's them looking at the stranger. I found a treat that I can eat, said the young doe as she reached out to the stranger. Wow, a carrot. Do I have to share it? Uh-oh, they took his nose off. I don't think they knew it was his nose. What is this? Questioned the fawn as he passed a curious object in the snow. Could it be there's more than one stranger in the woods? There's a glove. I wonder where that came from.
Huh, I wonder.
After the corn was gone and the animals left by the snow trail one by one and disappeared into the woods, it was the chickadee who took the last seed and flew away. The snowman stood out alone, but only for a short time. There's the snowman, or the stranger in the woods, as they called it. Okay. They must have eaten everything, even the carrot nose, whispered the little sister, peeking out from the evergreens. Let's put more seeds and corn before they come back, encouraged the brother. The animals will never know we were here. Look at, there's the brother and sister, and they're gonna go put some more stuff on the snowman so he can have his nose back. Okay. How long will we feed them? She asked. For a long, long time, he replied. After the snow is gone and the snowman is melted away, until the frogs start to sing and the trees grow near the leaves. I think they like the carrots the best. There you go, they're fixing up the snowman for the animals. Okay. The end. The animals will have a lot to chew on, or snack on this year. And then, if you get this book, there's a recipe for a snowman in it.
Oh, goodness.
It's pretty cool. Need a lot of snow for that. And here's the last picture. The animal can see the girl putting up the snowman. I think she found out what the stranger in the woods comes from.
That's right. That's a very nice book.
Yeah.
Very nice book. Yeah.
Ooh, do we have another letter?
Oh, short one. I have remember this. It was short. It was easy to read, but it's from a very nice person there. Thank you, Santa. Love, Abby. I wrote back. Abby, much love to you, and you have a wonderful Christmas.
Oh, that's a sweet letter.
Abby, that was nice to have a little message there. I don't know if I have read this one or not. Dear Santa, thank you for my toys and the angels. That are, okay. Sorry, PJ. Dear Santa, thank you for my toys and the angels. That are watching over me and my family. Thank you for Christmas and ornaments. Love, PJ. There we go. There we go. PJ, you are so welcome, and thank you for your wonderful letter. Have a very Merry Christmas, and be sure to go to bed early Christmas Eve. Much love, Father Christmas. Thank you, PJ. And I think I've read that one before. Let's see here.
I think I've read all mine too.
Let's see, I got a book here. Who was born Christmas special day? Well, I have some idea, I think, but we'll read the book. That's nothing to read. It's a big cover for the book. Who was born this special day? Was it you, little lamb? It's the little lamb. I was born back in early May when the breezes of spring chased winter away. Little lambs. Was it you, little goat? It's a little goat. No, not I. I was born on a soft, warm night under the white of the moon's pale light. You can't see that very well because it's in the night of pale light. But that's nice. It was not the goat. Who was born this special day? Was it you, little calf? There's the little calf. I breathed first in the barn where I lay, safe in the warmth of the sweet-smelling hay. It was not a calf. Kind of a nice picture of mother and baby calf there. Someone was born this special day. Was it you, little donkey? The donkey, snug in his coat of gray, shakes his head in a donkey's way. It was not the donkey. We're going to find out someplace here. Oh, this is a nice picture. Oh, it says here, were you born this day, mooring dove? Mooring dove, mooring dove. No, not I. I was born in a nest of love, with leaves with whispered and sang above. It was not the dove. When I was seedling, floating in space, A wandering wind dropped me here in this place. It was not the tree. Was it you, little stone? No, not I. I've been here since the world began. Part of the great creation plan. It was not the stone. At least we know how stones develop there. Who was born this special day? Was it the child who lies in the manger bed, the shine of the star high overhead? Isn't that a nice picture? Isn't that a nice picture? Clouds filled the angels, shimmering bright, singing of joy this dear holy night. Who was born this special day? It was the child. And it was the child, and you can see the everlasting world, whatever you want to see that star. Isn't that nice?
That's a nice book.
Super, super. And I think I've read this
You
one.
have all the letters?
Did I read to you from Noah?
I think we did first, didn't we?
We probably did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got through all the letters. Should I
Go ahead.
read this?
Go ahead, yeah.
Corduroy? Oh, do we know Corduroy? I know Corduroy the bear.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. I had a Corduroy bear doll. Okay, this is Corduroy's Christmas surprise. Okay, let's see what the surprise is. There was only 1 week to go until Christmas, and Corduroy could hardly wait. This was one of the best times of the year. Corduroy loved the smell of his Christmas tree. He loved taking ornaments and lights out of the closet. He loved stringing popcorn and berries and trimming the tree. And that was only the beginning. Corduroy's list of fun things to do on Christmas time went on and on and on. That's him doing his stuff. I think everything is fun on Christmas time. This year, Corduroy thought to himself, Christmas was going to be even more fun than usual. His best friends, Mouse, Rabbit, Dolly, and Puppy, were coming over to spend Christmas Day at Corduroy's house. And he had little gifts for his guests. So he pulled out wrapping paper, tape, and ribbons. Wrapping presents always got Corduroy in the holiday spirit. That's him wrapping his presents. I love wrapping presents for people. That reminded Corduroy that he hadn't written his letter to Santa. What did he want for Christmas? Well, thought Corduroy, it would be fun to have ice skates this winter. He could use a nice warm sweater. Oh, he had always wanted a train set. A new ball would be nice too. Corduroy wrote his letter in his neatest, best print. Here, here's his Christmas letter. I'll read it for you. Dear Santa, please bring me ice skates, sweater, trains, ball. Thank you, Corduroy. That's much like the letters that we've gotten from you all. Okay. Just then the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Corduroy put his letter and went to the door. And there was Mouse, Rabbit, and Puppy standing in front of his house. And they were singing, We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know that song. When the carolers finished, Puppy said, Corduroy, go grab your coat and come with us. We'll go caroling at Dolly's house next. So Corduroy did just that. He put on his coat and scarf, and the 4 friends made their way over to Dolly's house. As they began to sing, Dolly opened the door. She looked so surprised. Then Dolly invited them all inside. I'm putting the finishing touches on my gingerbread house. And why don't you 4 come in and help me? A real homemade gingerbread house? Corduroy had to see this. Want some caroling outside. Okay, let's see Dolly's gingerbread house. I think it's going to be cool. Whoa, you'll be excited to see this one. And what a gingerbread house it was. It had lots of windows, a fancy front door, and a chimney. Corduroy could hardly believe his eyes. This is one of the best things about Christmas, said Dolly. "Don't forget the Christmas trees," said Corduroy. "And Christmas carols," said Rabbit. "And Christmas candy," said Puppy as he gobbled some candy. "And Christmas presents," said Mouse. Everybody laughed. Then they started talking about what each of them wanted for Christmas. Dolly said she wished for a pair of ice skates. Puppy said he always wanted a train set. Rabbit said he could use a new sweater. And Mouse said a brand new ball would be fun. Corduroy didn't say anything. How could he tell them that he had written to Santa and asked for all of those things? Look at their gingerbread house. That is pretty incredible. Okay. Back at home, Corduroy found his letter to Santa right where he had left it. He decided to make a few changes. What if there weren't enough presents to go around? What if Corduroy got what he wanted, but his friends didn't? So Corduroy pulled out a new piece of paper and wrote another letter to Santa. This is what it said. "Corduroy, please bring ice skates for Dolly, sweater for Rabbit, trains for Puppy, and a ball for Mouse. I don't really need anything this year. Thank you, Corduroy." That's really
Wasn't
sweet.
he nice?
Yeah. He's giving things to his friends before he asks for himself. Corduroy put the letter in an envelope in its neatest, best printing. He addressed it to Santa Claus at the North Pole. He stuck a stamp on it and sealed the letter shut. Then Corduroy pulled on his coat, his scarf, and his boots. And he walked outside to the mailbox and dropped the letter inside. He hoped Santa would get it before Christmas. Okay. A few days later, it was Christmas Eve. The very next morning, Corduroy's friend would be coming over to celebrate with him. Corduroy was getting ready by baking cookies. He hoped he had made enough. Look at all those Christmas cookies. I love Christmas cookies.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, same. Okay. Before Corduroy knew it, it was time for bed. But first he had two important things to do. He hung his stocking on the mantle, and he left out milk and cookies on the table for you-know-who. Maybe Santa wouldn't bring anything for him, Corduroy thought, but he was so happy that his friends would get exactly what they wanted. Then Corduroy climbed into bed. All night long, he dreamed of the happy looks on his friends' faces when they opened their presents on Christmas morning. Look at the boots in the in the chimney. I think that could be Santa. Okay. The next morning, Corduroy sat up in his bed and rubbed his eyes. It was Christmas Day. It had finally come. Corduroy looked out the window to see a crisp, sunny day and a fresh blanket of snow on the ground. Look at that. Then Corduroy rushed out to the living room to find lots of presents under the tree. Corduroy could see there was one labeled for Mouse and one for Rabbit. There was one for Dolly and one for Puppy. And could it be? There was one for Corduroy, too. And he hadn't even asked for anything. And extra presents for each of them. Corduroy was so surprised, and now he really couldn't wait for his friends to arrive. Look at all the presents under the tree. Once everyone had come, Mouse, Rabbit, Dolly, Puppy, and Corduroy sat down by the tree and opened their presents. Dolly got ice skates and a scarf. Rabbit got a sweater he wanted and a picture book too. Puppy got the train set of his dreams and a new hat. Mouse got a ball and some warm winter boots. And Corduroy got ice skates and a sweater. How in the world did Santa know he wanted them? Because he didn't even write about it to him. I think that's the Christmas surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But really, Corduroy thought to himself, the best Christmas gift of all was that he was surrounded by all his friends on Christmas Day, and they were so happy. That made Corduroy happy too. He would have to write one more letter to Santa to say thank you for the best Christmas ever. Look at all them happy eating their Christmas cookies.
Isn't that nice?
That's
Super,
so sweet.
super, super.
I love my book.
I don't know how much time we have left here, but I have a nice story about a dog.
Ooh.
The dog who found Christmas. And when Buster was a little puppy, he had to leave his mother and go to a new home. At first, his new family petted him and called him cute. But as Buster grew from a puppy into a little dog, things began to go wrong. He tried the best to please, but his owners yelled at him when he jumped on them and chewed things. "Bad dog," they shouted. "You're more trouble than you're worth."
Aw.
That's not
a good thing to say.
That's not a good thing to say. One cold winter day, his family took Buster to a part of town where he had never been before. They pushed him out of the car and left him on the edge of a wide, busy road. They didn't want Buster anymore.
That's so sad.
He's kind of sad.
Aw.
The cars raced by all day, but nobody noticed poor Buster. It grew dark, and the car headlights shone like huge, fierce eyes. Buster was very frightened. He wondered why his family didn't come back for him. He wanted to go home, but he didn't know where home was. Without thinking, Buster rushed out into the road. Screech! 2 cars swerved to avoid him. The drivers leaned out of their windows and yelled at the little dog. Buster ran into a yard and lay trembling under a bush. He waited and waited when his heart stopped thumping so loud that he came out. It was very cold and he was very hungry.
Oh. Poor Buster.
He crept up to the front door of a house and scratched at it. The door opened and a woman looked down at Buster. But before she could say anything, a huge snarling dog appeared from behind her, thrust its head into Buster's face. "Go away before I bite you," he growled. "That is my home." Suddenly the big dog broke free and chased Buster down the path, snapping at his short stomach tail. Buster just managed to squeeze through a hole in a huge brush before the big dog could nick him again. Anyway, he got through the brush before the dog could get him again. Buster sat on the frosty pavement, licking his sore tail. He wondered where he should go. He trotted on and hesitated at another open door. There were lights sparkling on a tree in the window. The house looked very cheerful and welcoming. Buster started to walk up the driveway, but he didn't get far. "Scram, you mutt!" Buster looked up. Sitting on the wall above him was a large tabby cat. "My territory," he hissed. The cat showed his claws and his sharp white teeth. "Okay," sighed Buster, "I'll go."
Buster gonna find a home? I hope so.
I don't know. It's a good story, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants me, thought Buster. It started to snow and Buster's fur grew wetter and wetter. His little body shook with cold. Some people were walking down the road singing. Buster thought he could move along with them. They might notice him and take him home. Keeping his distance, he followed them. The singers turned into a driveway. Silent night, holy night. They sang as they stood in a circle outside a house. Buster crept among them, wondering if they could notice him, but worrying that if they did, they might tell him to go away. The door to the house opened, and Buster could smell something delicious. His stomach grumbled with hunger. "One for each of you," said a voice, and a hand held out a plate of cookies. "Thank you," Mr. Merriweather said. Said to the carolers, "and one for the little dog," he added. "What little dog?" everyone asked. They looked down at his feet. Buster gazed up at them with pleading eyes. Who is he? Where did you come from? The carolers asked. He must be a stray. He looks very hungry, said a little girl, and she gave Buster a cookie. He swallowed it in a big gulp. One big gulp. Mr. Merriweather came out of the house and looked at Buster. I'll take him, he said. I think he needs a good home, and I've always wanted a dog for Christmas. He put out his hand to Buster, but the little dog drew back afraid. Come on, little fellow, said Merriweather gently. We'll have a good Christmas together, you and I.
That's good.
That nice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one more page. Buster stretched contentedly in front of the fire. His tummy was full, and he felt warm at last. Welcome home, little dog, said the Merriweather. Woof, said Buster. There.
That was a good book.
I liked it very much.
Mm-hmm.
You have anything more?
I think that is the end of our story time.
Okay. So,
Oh, now we go to Frozen, where Southern Princess Anna shows a special story about her favorite Olaf. That'll be really fun.
when do we do that?
I think that's right now.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Are the reindeer out there to take us?
Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I see them right over there. I think they're ready to go.
Come on, let's go. Come on. They're going to...
Hello everyone, it's Anna, and I'm so happy that you could join me today for a special holiday story time together. Elsa and I really missed seeing all of you at Christkindlsmarkt this year, but we are also so excited to show you some of our holiday traditions virtually. And speaking of holiday traditions, well, in Arendelle pretty soon we'll be ringing in the season with the Yule Bell, where everyone comes and gathers around. And this time of year reminds me so much of my favorite snowman friend. Can you guess who I'm talking about? That's right, Olaf. And this is a painting actually that Elsa created of Olaf recently. I'll tell you more about it after our story. Should we get started? Olaf's Frozen Adventure. You can see that Olaf's pretty excited about this adventure. Olaf burst out of a Kranskake. Pieces of cake fled every which way. Surprise! He shouted. Olaf, not yet, I said. Elsa smiled. The surprise party starts after the Yule Bell rings. It was Arendelle's first holiday season in forever, and Elsa and I would be spending it with the people of the kingdom. And there we all are. I guess you could say we're getting pretty into the holiday spirit. The castle courtyard was filled with townspeople. Excitement grew, and Kristoff and Sven brought in the Yule Bell. The Yule Bell signals the start of the holidays in Arendelle, Elsa told Olaf. Okay, now, I whispered. The bell rang out, and the villagers cheered. Bong, bong, bong. Surprise! Olaf shouted to the crowd. And with that, Elsa and I flung open the castle doors to invite people in. But instead of staying for the surprise party, the townspeople began to leave. I had wondered why. And there we are. gates and the doors open. "Wait," I said. "Going so soon?" "The Yule bell rang," replied one woman, "so I must get home to my family's tradition, rolling the lefse." "Our tradition is putting out porridge for the tomt," added a man. "We're baking traditional boostebekels," two sisters exclaimed. I was hearing about all sorts of different traditions. Elsa invited a couple named Mr. and Mrs. Olsen to the castle, but they shook their heads. "Thank you," said Mr. Olsen, "but Olga and I need to get home to knit socks for our grandchildren." He smiled. "And we wouldn't want to intrude on your family tradition." Our family traditions. With the villagers gone, we needed some cheering up. Kristoff serenaded us with the Ballad of Flemingrad, a traditional holiday song he had learned from the trolls, but it took on a strange turn when he started singing about nostrils. Then Kristoff revealed another old troll tradition, Flemmy the fungus troll. "Now you lick his forehead and make a wish," Kristoff said. "Whoa, gross," I said, and everyone laughed. There's Kristoff in Flemingrad. He can be pretty silly sometimes. Olaf followed Elsa and me into the ballroom. He couldn't wait to hear about our holiday tradition. "Do we have any traditions from when we were little, Elsa?" I asked. "After the gates were closed, we were never together," Elsa replied. "I'm sorry, Anna. It's my fault we don't have a tradition." Olaf realized that everyone in Arendelle had a holiday tradition except Elsa and me. And there's a picture of us in the ballroom. The little snowman ran to the stables. "Sven, Anna and Elsa don't have a holiday tradition." Then he had an idea. "Let's go find the best tradition Anna and Elsa have ever seen and bring it back to the castle." Olaf hooked Sven to Kristoff's sleigh, and the two immediately set out. Olaf knocked on the door of the first house they came to. "What is your holiday tradition?" he asked a boy and his mother. "We make candy canes together." The boy handed one to Olaf. Olaf pulled out his carrot nose and popped in a candy cane. His eyes whirled. "Whoa! Sugar rush." The boy stared at Olaf. "You're supposed to eat it." "Eat my new nose? Why would I do that?" Olaf said. "Because it's that time of year," the boy said. And there we have Olaf, and you can see that candy cane really gets to his head. A little sugar rush there, I would say. Olaf and Sven stopped at home after home to learn about the villagers' holiday traditions. Then they loaded the sleigh with things to take back to Elsa and me. And here you can see that the sleigh is getting pretty full now. At their last stop, Olaf found the entire Oaken family celebrating in the sauna. Olaf thought this was a great tradition. Sounds pretty good to me too. So he added a portable sauna to the pile on the sleigh. Why not, right? But hot coals from the sauna caused problems. The sleigh caught fire. When it went over a cliff, Sven and Olaf landed on opposite sides of the ravine. Oh my goodness, this does not look good. All of the holiday items they'd collected for Elsa and me were gone. Except a fruitcake, that is. Olaf was still hopeful, but Sven was worried. He could hear wolves howling in the dark forest. Here they are. It's getting darker. Back at the castle, Elsa found me in the attic. "What are you doing up here?" she asked. "Looking for traditions," I said. I had been pulling items out of a trunk filled with my childhood belongings. "What's in your trunk?" I asked. "Mostly gloves," said Elsa. But she reached into the trunk and she heard a ringing. She lifted out a small box with bells on top and handed it to me. When I opened it, I couldn't believe my eyes. Can you guess what was inside? Here we are. Suddenly, we heard a kerfuffle outside. We ran down to the stables where Sven was trying to tell Kristoff something. Elsa and I knew immediately what he was trying to communicate. "Olaf is lost in the forest," I said, "and being chased by hungry wolves," Elsa said. We had to get everyone together to search for Olaf right away. Good thing that Elsa and I know how to speak reindeer pretty well, huh? Elsa and I headed into the forest, calling Olaf's name. "Olaf!" Kristoff and Sven were close behind with a search party of villagers. "Olaf, where are you?" I cried out. Just when we thought we'd never find him, we spotted a carrot sticking out of a snowdrift. "Olaf!" Olaf explained how he had collected traditional holiday items for us, but that he had lost them, even the fruitcake, which had been grabbed by a large and rather hungry bird. Here we are. And do you see him right there? He looks pretty familiar, even under all that snow. "I'm sorry you still don't have a tradition," the little snowman said. "But Olaf, we do," I said. "Look." I opened a box with the bells on top and showed Olaf what was inside. The box was filled with sketches that I had made of Olaf when I was a little girl. "You're the one who brought Elsa and me together," I said, "and kept us connected when we were apart," added Elsa. And there we are, some memories from childhood. "Every Christmas, I made Elsa a gift," I continued. "It was always an image of you." Elsa nodded, and I saved every one of them. "All those long years alone, we had you to remind us of our childhood," said Elsa. "And how much we still love each other," I agreed. There we are. And there you can see a little Olaf as well. Lots of different Olafs. "It's you, Olaf. You are our holiday tradition," I said. "Surprise!" We hugged the little snowman close. Soon, glowing lanterns emerged from the dark forest. The villagers were relieved to see that Olaf was safe. That was when Elsa had a brilliant idea. There's all of us in the forest. Because it was Elsa's and my first winter holiday together in forever, the celebration had to be extra special. With a little help from the villagers, we hosted our big party after all, right there in the forest. And there you can see Olaf's putting the star on top of the large tree. Wow, it glowed so brilliantly. Elsa and I had rediscovered our holiday tradition and started a new tradition for Arendelle. We would plan a forest party every year thanks to Olaf. And that's the end. There we are, all together. And when we're together, that's my favorite place to be. Well, looks like that's the end of Olaf's Frozen adventure. I love that story. Oh, do you want to paint a snowman? Because if you do, then you may want to join my sister on December 21st to paint this painting of Olaf. I'll let you take a little bit of a closer look at it. I think it really captures his spirit, don't you? Now, to find out about how you can get more prepared for this painting experience with Elsa, then go to our website, www.tdppmn.com, and click on our Small Shops Heart sticker on our homepage. And there you'll find options for our holiday gift boxes. And in your holiday gift box, you'll get a watercolor paint set, a paintbrush, and also a canvas with this picture of Olaf already drawn on it by Elsa, and an apron, and of course, some other princess surprises, and a letter from Elsa and me to you for the holidays. And you may have the option of getting a toy plush snowman, and a Princess Rhinestone tiara as well in your box. So be sure to check them out. And to get 30% off of your box, use our promo code HOLIDAYMAGIC. Well, I can't wait to see you soon. And stay tuned for some other holiday traditions that I will be sharing on our Facebook fan page, as well as virtual appearance opportunities with Elsa. And we look forward to sharing in some more holiday magic with you shortly. Bye for now.
Hey, what's your name? My name is Mr. Snickerdoodles. I'm Mr. Brian's rabbit. I'm here to welcome you to the Silly and Fun Magic Show. Oh, and by the way, the star of the show is a chicken. Can you believe that? A chicken is the star of the show. I should be the star of the show. I'm an incredible rabbit. Anyway, it's time to get the show started.
Well, it's great to be here. My name's Brian Richards, and today is the Silly Fun Magic Show, and I'm going to share it with you today. We have a lot of fun things to share, but first thing I want to do is I want to share one of my favorite all-time tricks. I was only about this tall when I did it. Okay, a little taller, about that tall. I went over to my friend's house to share a magic trick. And for the trick, I brought along a bag. And inside the bag, I knocked on the door. He said, Brian, what'd you bring to share? I said, I brought a bottle of Coca-Cola. He said, a bottle of Coca-Cola? He said, there's more than 14 people at the party. That's not enough to share. I said, I'm not going to share a bottle of Coca-Cola. I'm going to share a magic trick I can do with a bottle of Coca-Cola. I can make it disappear. You know how I do it? I drink it. No, I wave 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then I snap my fingers, and instantly the bottle disappears. Amazing! I can see you're not impressed. You don't think it's gone? No, it's gone. It disappeared. I can make it come back. I snap my fingers and look, the bottle is back. All right, you don't like that trick? Okay, I can do something better. I can change a bottle of Coca-Cola into my favorite snack. Would you like to see that? Okay, cool. That takes 4 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 dramatic snaps. And instantly, just like that, it instantly changes my Coke into a can of Pringles. Yay! It changed it into a can of Pringles. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Brian, I'm not impressed. Would you like me to turn it over? Okay, watch closely. It's still a can of Pringles, even if I turn it over. Oh, you mean the bag? You want me to turn the bag over? Okay, I'll turn the bag over. Watch closely. Nothing in the bag. You see, it's gone. It did. You're not impressed still? What? Oh, you think the bottle's in the bag? No, I told you. It disappeared. It wouldn't be much of a trick if it was in the bag. And that's the Coke to Pringles trick. What? You think? No, it's a can of Pringles. See, it says Pringles. Oh, you think this? You think the Coke? No, I told you. The only thing inside here is my favorite snack. Did I say snack or did I say snake? I could have sworn I said snack. Yeah, it's the old snake in a can trick. A magician never leaves home without it. Or as I like to refer to it, the American Express card for magicians. Oh, let's just put the snake back, get in the can where it belongs. It's a very strong spring. You gotta be careful because something will shoot right out of there. Once it's inside the can, then what you do is you take the top, you put the top on it. That's not funny. Anyway, first thing you do is you take the top, you place it on a firm working surface. Some have a larger working surface than others. And you place the snake back in the can. Be very, very careful because it's a very strong spring. And just when you think you get it inside, sometimes it shoots right out of there. Once it's inside the can, then you take the top, you need both hands to get the snake back in the can. So what you do is you take the top, you hold it in your mouth like this. Don't push it can. Be very, very careful because you don't want the snake to just shoot right out the can. Anyway, the point is, once it gets inside there, you take the top, you put the top on top of the can, and that's how you get the snake back in the can. That's not funny. I forgot the last step. The first step is you take the top of the can. Be very, very careful because something will hit with your out. When you high can, you hit the hop, you put the hop on top of the can. Then you have to press down firmly. And that's how you get the snake back in the can. I have brought along a smile maker. You see, that's part of the reason for this show, is I want to bring some smiles to people right now, since we're all kind of cooped up with the COVID virus and everything. I thought it'd be fun to bring some smiles. So I brought a smile maker. Here it is, the official smile maker. I know what you're saying. You're saying, what do you mean this is a smile maker? Watch closely. No smile. You don't believe me. It's true. It does make a smile. I can prove it. Do you want me to prove it? Okay, I'll use a grumpy face. All right, I'll prove that it really does create smiles. You see, I have a bag over here. I have a bag. And as you can see, there's nothing in the bag. We're going to take the ball and put it in the bag. I need you guys to think of something that would make you smile. For example, maybe sharing time with your siblings, with your brothers and sisters. Playing a game makes you smile. You know what makes me smile? When people send me a picture of the magic show that I do for them. That makes me smile. Oh, in fact, it just did. It created a little smile. You see, when you think of something that makes you happy, it creates a smile. Someone just thought of something that makes them happy. Yeah, you created another little smile. See, that's the point. When you think of... You thought of something. Okay, good. You get the idea. Don't think of it. You guys are thinking of a lot of things that are making you smile. I'm glad you guys are smiling so much. It's what? Another smile. You see, that's kind of the point. Smiles are contagious. If you smile, it makes someone else smile. And then after you smile, someone else smiles. And pretty soon, that affects that person and they smile. What I'm trying to say is it creates miles and miles and miles of smiles. But you know what makes the biggest smile for me? When you guys come to enjoy my magic show. That creates the biggest smile of all. I'm so glad you're here today to share in my magic. Now, people always ask me when I finish this trick, Brian, how do you do the trick? And I always tell them the same thing, very well. But what you probably mean is, how do I do the magic? Well, the key to the magic is having a magic wand. You see, inside this bag, I have a magic wand. You may have not seen it. It's a magic wand. It's invisible until I need it. See, when I need it, I just reach into the bag and I pull it out. See? It's perfect. This is just what you need to do a magic trick. A nice magic wand. Welcome. I'm going to teach you how to do a magic trick. That's right. When you get done watching this, you'll be able to amaze your friends and astound people with your magical skills. But to do this, you need a deck of cards, okay? It's a very simple trick, but you need a deck of cards. And you explain that you're going to play a little game. And to play the game, you need the top 3 cards. So you take 1, 2, 3, the top 3 cards, and you show them to your friends, and you say, look, we're going to play a little game. And this game is called Find the Red Ace. And you turn the cards around and you show them. But there's 3 cards, but they have to keep their eye on the red ace. If they can find the red ace, they win the game. So you turn the cards around and you say, watch, I'm going to mix the cards up, and you have to tell me which one is the diamond. After you mix the cards up, you ask your friends, you say, hey, which one do you think it is? And they say, well, I think it's the middle one. You say, no, I'm afraid that's a black card. You have to find the diamond. And you mix the cards again. You say, well, which one do you think it is? Card A or card B? Let's say they say card A. You could say this one here. They'll say, yeah. And you say, really? Are you sure? And then just for fun, you can go like this. You could say, okay, this is the card you want. And they'll say, no, you switch the cards. I don't want that one. I want this one. So you don't want this one. You say, no.
Well, probably a good thing because that's a black card. You had to find the diamond. But you know what? I don't like to lose games. So actually, I win anyway because you didn't find the diamond. You found the heart. And do you know where the diamond is? The diamond actually disappears and appears back here in the middle of the deck. And that's called the vanishing ace. Now, how do you do this trick? It's a very simple trick, but it's really remarkable. Now, check it out. First thing you do is you put an ace in the middle of the deck face up, okay? You do this before you do the trick. Don't do it while they're there. They'll be very confused. You know, they'll know how the trick works. Just put it in there before, okay? Then you take the other three aces, which, as you remember, it's the ace of clubs, the ace of spades, and the ace of diamonds, all right? And then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to change the ace of hearts into a diamond. Now, let me show you how this works. I'm going to turn to the side a little here so you can see how I set this up. We have to change the ace of hearts into a diamond. So you take the ace of hearts and turn it so that the point is pointing to the sky. Then you take the first card and you cover the first bump of the heart. You take the second card, cover the second bump. You see, now it looks like you have a diamond, when in reality, it's a heart, but they don't know that. See, if I move the cards, you can see it's really the heart. But if we cover it up again, check it out, it's a diamond. Go figure, huh? It really looks like it too. So then you say, keep your eye on the red card. And then you take the cards and you mix them up. Now, it doesn't matter at this point which one they pick, because they're going to pick a heart if they get the right color. But now at this point you say, try to find the diamond. Whichever one they point to, show them. Say they pick this one, say, nope, that's a black card. They point to this one, say, nope, that's a black card. Or if you want, if they pick the right one, you can do that little joke that I did and say, you're sure you want this one? Okay, this is the one you'll get. And they'll say, no, you switch the cards. I'll say, oh, you want this one? Well, good thing, because that was a black card. But what's really weird is this card isn't a diamond. It's a heart. And then you show them the heart that you put there. They'll be like, where did the diamond go? And that's when you take the cards, the whole deck, you hold it up and you spread the deck slowly till you reveal that the ace of diamonds is actually in the middle of the deck, face up. And that's called the vanishing ace, a trick you can do right away. Thanks for being part of Magic Power Magic Lessons.
Well, the time has come for me to share with you how magic works. Most magicians don't tell you their secrets, but I'm going to let you in on a secret. This is how magic works, but don't tell anybody. It's our secret. Magic works because of three things. Number one, we have reality, okay? Number two, we have tricks. Number one, reality. Number two, tricks. Number three are illusions. Magic is an illusion, which means you seem to see something that is impossible. For example, I could tell you that the reality is I have 3 pieces of rope, all different sizes. But a trick would be for me to say I can make them all the same size. And what I would do is I take the ends of the ropes like this. One up like this, there's one. Bring the second one up, that's number 2. Bring number 3 up, that's number 3. And check it out, they're all the same size. You see, they're all the same set. All right. I admit they're not really all the same size. The middles aren't. That's where the magic comes in and the illusion. You see, if you use the magic, it appears that all 3 of them are the same size. You see, this one is about the same size as this one, and this one's the same size as that one. The point is, these 3 things, reality, tricks, and illusions, really do produce magic that you can't explain. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we can go back though. All we do is we take all the ropes together, one little snap of the finger, And instantly, check it out, we have reality, 3 ropes of different sizes. Then we have tricks, which are like jokes. And then we have illusion. Once you know those 3 things, you can do magic. But don't tell anybody. It's our secret. You guys are great. I've had a lot of fun. I do have to tell you, though, last month was one of my favorite months, Halloween. I love Halloween. And I came up with a new trick for Halloween, and I thought I'd share it with you. Because even though Halloween's over, it's such a good trick, I want to share it with you anyway. This is the zombie trick. Ooh, nobody likes zombies because zombies eat brains. But here, this is more of a public service announcement. I'm going to move a little closer to the camera so you can see this. This is the zombie. This is the walking Jed. Some of the jokes are for the parents. Okay, now, this is the walking Jed. Yeah, he's a zombie. Now, what you have to be careful of with zombies is you got to know where they are. You can see the zombie right here. The truth is there's 3 doors in this house. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3 doors. Behind the first door, I've already shown you what's behind the first door. There is a zombie, right? Behind the second door is another zombie. Behind the third door is a safe space. You see, there is no zombie behind that door. So you're good. That's where you want to be in the safe space. So now we have 3 doors, 1, 2, and 3. You know where the safe space is. It's the door on top. But if I move it to the bottom, then the safe door is where? In the basement, on the bottom. See, there's no zombies on the bottom. You don't have to, what? Huh? That's the problem. The zombies move around. All right, so if there's a zombie on the bottom, that means there's one other zombie because there's 2 zombies. So he's either on the top or he's in the middle. So let's check and see. I doubt he's on top. Let's see. Look, there he is. Well, that's good. Now we know there's one on the bottom, one on the top. So we know there's no zombie in the middle. We're safe from the, what? There's no zombie. What? Wait a minute, I'm really sorry. There's a zombie behind every door. There's no safe space. There's nowhere to go for. No, there's no safe space because everyone, what? Hey, where did that come from? All right. Let's figure this out. We have 1, 2, 3 doors. We know the bottom door is a safe door. So both of these must have zombies. See, there's a zombie. And wait a minute. There's no zombie here. Oh, well, the zombie's got to be behind this door. Wait a second. I am so sorry, you guys. I was trying to explain about the zombies and how you stay away from them, but apparently we don't have to worry about that. There are no zombies in the house at all. It's all, what? Wait a second. Let's review. Behind the first door is a zombie. You don't want to go there. They eat your brains. Behind the second door is a safe space. There's no zombies. But what's behind the third door? A zombie? Yeah, and all of his friends. Run! I brought along an insurance policy. If any of my tricks don't work, I have an insurance policy that will pay me if the trick goes wrong. I got it from the Society of Conjurers and Magicians. Scam. Yeah, and I'm going to keep that there because if any of my tricks don't work, don't let me forget. I have an insurance policy and I probably should read it. Yeah, that's really important. Now I've shared a lot of fun things with you today. I've shared how we use the Smile Maker. I've shared how magic works. And I even shared the zombie routine with you, which was kind of fun. But now I have to share something with you that's a little bit different. This is a magic trick that I don't understand. I have no clue how it works. Let me show you. I call this the whatchamacallit. You may be saying to yourself, well, what exactly is a whatchamacallit? This is a whatchamacallit. It's called a whatchamacallit because I don't know what it does. So I don't know what to call it. So I'm calling it a whatchamacallit. Then I figured out what it is. As you can see, it has a number of items attached to it. I have a potato attached to a brick. and I have a safety cone attached to a cinder block, which makes no sense at all. And if you pull on the potato, it pulls up the brick, but only a little bit because it's a shorter chain. But when you pull on the safety cone, it pulls up the cinder block. But here's the strange part. I have no idea what they're doing there. What is the point of a potato, a brick, a safety cone, and a cinder block? It kind of tests your creativity. Now, the other day I was looking at it and looking at the whole thing, and I thought to myself, you know, this has a little cap on it. Maybe this will give me a hint as to what the whatchamacallit is. So I took the top off. And when I did that, you know what I found? I found a socket. So I figured maybe it's a lamp. And I took a light bulb and I put it into the socket. The only problem was it didn't light up the light. It lit up the socket, which makes no sense at all. And when I put it back in, it didn't turn off the light. It just turned off the socket. I decided, I guess it isn't a lamp. So then I figured maybe I'd look at all the items that are attached to this rather strange whatchamacallit. This whatchamacallit has a potato attached to a brick and a safety cone attached to a cinder block. Now I thought if I looked at the whole thing, I could figure it out. For example, what does a safety cone make me think of? It makes me think of a construction site, or to be careful, right? Be alert. Hard hat. A cinder block makes me think of a building, a foundation, or maybe a college table. Your parents will understand that. Anyway, and then what does a potato make me think of? Well, a potato makes me think of food. It makes me think of French fries. It makes me think of Mr. Potato Head. Yeah. And a brick. What does a brick make me think of? It makes me think of a wall. It makes me think of buildings. It makes me think of Legos. Yeah. But maybe the key to this problem of this whatchamacallit is we have to look at all these things and how they relate. So how does a safety cone relate to a cinder block? Well, they're construction things, right? And how does a potato attach to a brick? Doesn't make any sense at all unless you use the brick to smash the potato and get mashed potatoes. The only thing that really connects is the brick and the cinder block. You see, they're both used to create foundations. So maybe if we hook these things together, that will help us solve the problem of exactly what the whatchamacallit really is. Maybe I'm holding it the wrong way. Maybe I should be holding it like this. Or maybe I should be holding it like this. Maybe I should move this over here. That's not funny. I think I just broke the whatchamacallit. Uh-oh. Something went wrong. Maybe. Now both the chains are really long. I think I broke it. You know what? I know what to do. If you can't figure out a problem on the outside, maybe you need to look on the inside. Let's open it up and see what we find. Wait a second. We find nothing. There's nothing inside. Well, when you can't figure out a problem, sometimes the best thing to do is to go back where you started. And where we started was with a potato attached to a brick and a safety cone attached to a cinder block. And when we pulled on the potato, the cinder block went up. And when we pulled on the safety cone, the brick went up. To this day, I have no idea how this works. But you know what? Sometimes you can't figure out everything, but it still can be a lot of fun trying. Oh, I forgot. The power box. That's probably why this doesn't work. I have to turn the power on. Let's turn it on and see what happens. I don't know what to do. It's a whatchamacallit. People often ask me, Brian, why are you a magician? And that's an excellent question. I'm going to tell you the answer. The reason why I like being a magician is because of the big bucks. Those are big bucks. Yeah, I make big bucks being a magician. Yeah, let me show you. I'll get up a little close so you can see. You see, I've got a number of bucks here. I have 10, 20, 30, 40 big bucks. Yeah, I'll show you the backs even. There's 10, 20, 30, 40 big bucks. But here's the best part. I can change them with magic. Watch. If I get rid of one of the tens and take out $100 bill, which I have here on my table, take out $100 bill and place it like this on the back, watch what happens. Boink. Just like that. The bills change to hundreds. I know what you're saying, but what about the rest of them? Well, count with me. There's 100, 200, 300, $400 bills. And you can see the backs. That's right. Count with me. 100, 200, 300, $400 bills. That's right. So if I take the 100 and put it over on my table and bring over the 10, watch what happens. Once again, the magic. 1, 2, 3, boink. And that's all it takes. And they change back into 10, 20, 30, $40. The hundreds are gone. That's right. Check out the backs. There's 10. There's 20. There's 30. There's 40. That's right. The reason why I'm a magician is because of the big bucks. You got that right. Well, we've come to that point in the show. It's time for me to introduce you to the world famous Albert Eggstein. Come on, Albert. Here he is, the one, the only, Albert Eggstein. That's his coop. Albert Eggstein is a chicken, but he's a world famous chicken because he can find a card. That's right. I get to take a break. He does all the work. This is great. For this, we need some cards. I brought along some cards, and in a second, we'll have Albert come out. But I want to show you that we have a bunch of cards. All the cards are different. I'd rather I get the credit than the cards. You see, all the cards are all different. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a card selected, but we don't want Albert to know. So that's why I'm keeping him in the chicken coop. That's right. We don't want him to know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my thumb through the cards like this, and someone is going to say, give me a thumbs up. In fact, I think I'll have let's see, looking out there, Tommy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my thumb through the cards like this, and when you give me a thumbs up, and that means I stop, and that'll be the card we use. Are you ready, Tommy? Here we go. Tommy, I ran out of cards. You have to do it before I run out of cards. Ready, set, go. I didn't start yet, Tommy. Wait until I start. Right there. Right at the 7 of spades. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have said it. You see, when I say it, Albert knows what the card is. He has really good ears. Did you hear that? I was afraid of that. Okay, we can't use this card, but what we'll do is we use the face down card right here. This card that's on top. This will be the card. I'm going to show you the card. Don't say it. Just look and remember what it is. Here it is. We don't want Albert to know what it is. This is the card you selected. Shh. Don't let anyone know. Shh. Do you see it? Yeah, okay. There you go. Now we're going to place it somewhere in the middle of the deck, and then we're going to mix the cards up thoroughly. Just like that. We're going to give the cards a little bit more of a shuffle. We can get the cards out. There we go. We're going to ask Albert Eggstein to find the card. That's right. A chicken will find the card. You don't see this every day. First, we have to spread the cards out. So I'm going to spread the cards out like this, right across my table. It has come time to introduce you to the one, the only, the world famous Albert Eggstein. Yes, there he is. He's a chicken. He's going to find your card. It's remarkable. He can do all kinds of tricks. Do you want to see one of his tricks? This is one of my favorite tricks. Are you ready, Albert? Wind yourself up. Okay, and he is going to, wait, where are you going? Hey, He gets very excited. You see, there's a treat at the end of this if he does the trick right. If he does it right, he has to find your card. He gets one chance to... What? He gets 2 chances to find your card. No, you don't get 3. Here he goes. Go for it. A little faster. Okay. A little faster. A little faster than... Excuse me, he's run out of energy. Go for it. There he goes. Wait, don't leave. Don't leave the cards. You're supposed to find the card. He doesn't understand. He hasn't practiced much. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait, he stopped. He stopped. Albert Eggstein has stopped on one card. I'm going to pull the cards away. The one that he comes away with will be the card. It'll be the card you won't believe this. Here it comes. No. Oh, nope, not that one. This is the card. Albert, I'm so impressed. The only chicken in the world to find your card. The Queen of Spades. It's the Queen. It's not. Albert. That wasn't the card. He said he gets 2 tries. It's true, he does. We told him he'd get 2. But before I give you a second try, I want you to do your world famous jump. Will you do your jump? This is incredible. Okay, this is so cool. Let me set this up. Hang on. Stay there, Albert. What we have to do is we have to use the cards again. We're going to make 2 little ramps. Okay, here we go. Watch closely. 1 little ramp and 2 little ramps. And what he's going to do is he's going to run across the cards and jump through a hoop and land on one card. And it'll find your card. This is incredible. Are you ready? Here we go. The one, the only. He does this without a net. Okay, watch closely. Here we go. Right through there. Did you see him go? He's incredible. He made the jump all by himself without a net. All right, I helped a little bit. Okay, enough of this silliness. It's time for us to find the card. So once again, we're going to spread the cards out. With any luck at all, he will land on one card and one card only. Are you okay, Albert? Albert Eggstein will attempt to do his infamous card trick. Go, Albert. Really? I told you, you get a snack if you do this right. Okay, hopefully that'll help. Go. There he goes. What? Don't leave the table. You have to stay on the cards. There he goes. This is it, kids. This is the big finale. You're not going to believe it. A chicken found your card. Here we go. We pull the cards away until one card stays with Albert. Let's see what he does. Let's see. Oh, not that one. Here it is. He looks like Michael Jackson moonwalking. Check it out. Here he is. He found your card. The Ace of Clubs. Yes, the amazing. He found the Ace of Clubs. This isn't it. What do you have to say for yourself? Yeah, that's what I think too. You took a bow. You don't take a bow. You didn't get the card right. I'm very, very disappointed in you. He's been practicing for weeks. You know what? When he doesn't do the trick right, there's only one thing left to do. We got to put him back in the bucket. That's right. I'm very disappointed. So now he's safely back in the bucket where he belongs. He's going to be finger licking good. Never mind. Well, I have to say I am rather disappointed. This was supposed to be the big finale of the show. This was where he was going to find the card. A chicken was going to find the card, and he failed. I'm really sorry, kids. I wanted to make this trick work, but it didn't work. I don't know what I do when a trick doesn't work. Wait a minute. Remember the insurance policy? If a trick doesn't work, I get paid some money. This could be great. I'm going to see how much money I get because Albert Eggstein blew the trick. Wait a second. What? You know what? It pays to be insured. But unfortunately, all fun things do come to an end, and I've kind of come to the end of my show. But I have one last thing I want to share with you, and that is a very special magic wand. This magic wand is very special. I'm the only one in the Midwest who has one. It's the magic wand with 3 ends. There it is, the magic wand with 3 ends. You can see it. No, this is the magic wand with 3 ends. No, it's not a magic wand with 2 ends. It's the magic wand with 3 ends. What? You think this is 2? No, here, count with me. There's 1 end, there's 2 ends, and this is the end of the Silly and Fun Magic Show. You guys were great. I hope you had fun. Have a great day, and thanks for being part of the show. Until I see you at your center or maybe a birthday party, have a great day. Thanks for coming. See you later.
A bag that lasts for a long time becomes invaluable to someone. The reality is you're buying a product that can last as long as you want it to last. When we bought this building, we were just manufacturing Monday to Friday and we weren't open on weekends. Over time, the store has really evolved, and it's a lot of fun to see it evolve into this interesting mix between manufacturing and retail, to be able to walk through our store, hear the sounds of manufacturing, be able to see the products as they're being put together. And that's a pretty unique thing to have happen all under one roof.
The uniqueness of Frost River is that it's not just a retail store, it's the relationship we build with our customers and the experience they have in our store. You take for granted when you work in this company what people experience when they see the actual product being made. It's a craft and a skill, and it takes a lot of people to actually see it from the beginning and put it into something as amazing as what they see the final product on the shelf. Everything we source and buy, if it's not ours, it's either made local or it's a product that is made in the U.S.
I think what really is rewarding is being here in Duluth and watching the revitalization of this town. And now in the last couple decades, the eyes becoming so wide open to the beauty that we have here with the water and the hillside and biking opportunities and all the different things. And then we're also the gateway into the Boundary Waters. There's a lot of fun in people seeing the value and the connection between the products. And as we've developed new products over time, we really try to focus on coming up with great names that tie us into the region. One of our more popular products is called the Isle Royal Pack. Our contest is centered around trivia questions of some of these names of products and where the names came about or how they came about, to allow people to go, that's why that product's named that way. It's kind of a fun opportunity to go around the area and show how our brand does really try to tie back into the region.
She's just fancy. She's fancy right there. I don't, here. Oh shit! Remember when you were young? So maybe only Mira can do this one.
Welcome everyone, boys and girls, moms and dads, and grandparents, to the Gimwits Story Time. We're so excited to share the Gimwits with you, and stick with us through the story, because at the end we're going to share with you how to get some cool, neat, free stuff. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you King Globe, who's going to share the Gimwits story.
Hello, my name is King Globe, and I'm here to show you the story of my family and the Gimwits. Now, before I start, I'd like to ask you all a question. Have you ever met a Gimwit? They come in all shapes and sizes. Some love heat, others love cold. Some prefer to swim, while others float in the air. Some people say Gimwits live in the clouds, and they think they can see Gimwit Castle in the sky when the sun sets and the clouds turn red. Some even think, as they look up in the clouds, that they can see the flying jewels that live in the Gimlet Castle of royal harmony. Nobody knows for sure if they're right or if they're wrong. What we do know for certain, even though you won't find this in any history books or geography books or even astronomy books, is that the Gimlets live on 8 different worlds, but their happiest world and the most uniquely beautiful world is called Galant. So let me start the story. I'm going to read you the first chapter, The Center of Wonder, so you'll get an idea of my family and all the creatures and characters that they're involved with. Chapter 1, The Center of Wonder. There's an ancient fountain, a wondrous and beautiful one called the Dazzling Fountain. It is believed by many to be the source of everything good that exists in the Gimlet universe. In fact, Dazzling Fountain is said to be the supreme source of all joy, love, patience, harmony, kindness, and peace. And hidden high on a cliff in the world of Gatron, it is at the very center of the Gimlet universe. Now, many Gimlets have searched for it, and few have ever found it. It's not a fountain of water, no, but it's a wellspring of millions of colors of dazzling light, and if that light were to ever fade away, the Gimlet universe would be a very dark and dreary place indeed. Now, you've never seen the Dazzling Fountain, and I've never seen it, not that I'll tell anyone. And unfortunately, unless we happen to be the Gimlets, which we certainly are not, but I am, but that's another story, we will never get to see it. It's in a very secret place, and those who know about it, who have actually been there, would never reveal exactly where it is. Oh, they might reveal it if there happened to be an emergency, and I'm not talking about just any emergency. I mean a big, huge, gigantic, once-in-a-lifetime emergency. But there are almost never any emergencies, big or small, in the worlds of the Gimlets. For the Gimlets, and I'm talking about the good Gimlets, not the bad ones who live in wasteland, life is calm and pleasant and nice and delightful, and usually almost nothing out of the ordinary happens. Jasara, affectionately called Jazz, is one of the few Gimlets who does know where the Dazzling Fountain can be found. And once, every 799 years, Jazz needs to bathe in the fountain to be filled with fountains of light. Jazz would never miss a journey to recharge in the fountain, because if she did, she would run out of energy. She would lose her ability to shine, and her glow would fade away. She would struggle to flap her wings, but her wings would refuse to flap or fly. Jazz has a great responsibility. As master of the flying jewels, it's her job to share the fountain's light and energy with 18 flying jewels, 9 boys and 9 girls. As flying jewels, their purpose is to radiate dazzling fountain light to all of the Gimlets, so that the Gimlets can live with joy, love, patience, and all those other wonderful things I already have told you about. Now, wait a minute. I know what you're thinking. You're saying to yourself, jewels. Jewels can't fly. Well, they positively definitely can't fly. Jewels such as diamonds or rubies or emeralds can glitter and look beautiful, but flying is out of the question. Flying is something that jewels absolutely never do. That is what you are thinking right now. But I assure you that you're mistaken. And I'm assure you that flying jewels do exist in the Gimlet universe, and they live in the Gimlet's castle of royal harmony. It is very important that Jazz and all the flying jewels have wings. For one thing, they must be able to fly away very fast whenever they come upon one of those bad Gimlets that I mentioned before. Flying jewels, called evil Gimlets, or we call them waste kings. Now, waste kings live in the ugly world of wasteland, and they know that jazz and the flying jewels carry a lot of power. So they're very interested in controlling the flying jewels and using their power for evil schemes. Vice the Vicious and Rogid of Mud are waste king rivals who fight each other to rule the forces of evil. They each have their own gang of thugs in Wasteland, and they would like nothing more than to spread toxic garbage throughout the entire Gimlet universe. Vice the Vicious and Rogid of Mud despise one another greatly, but they hate someone else even more. And that is Prince Globan.
Our hero.
Now, after 2 hours of shouting and slugging and wrestling and rolling around in pits of sticky, smelly, toxic waste, Rogid of Mud won the latest battle against Vice the Vicious. Now Rogid rules the wasteland. He banished Vice the Vicious to one of the ugliest, stinkiest, most foul swamps of toxic poison in Wasteland. And there Vice has been staying, refusing to see any of his former Waste King's friends, except for Fake Smiley, who declared that he would be loyal to Vice forever. Of course, no one can really believe anything Fake Smiley declares, but Vice the Vicious has decided to trust him. After all, Fake Smiley came to visit Vice daily, even after his brutal defeat. Usually just after Vice had finished taking his daily bath in smelly goo. "You lost to Rogid of Mud," said Fake Smiley. "When will you finally accept the fact that he's the new leader of the Waste Kings? You can't just mope around every day, hardly eating any toxic waste, and never drinking any of the tasty poisons that keep us strong and fit." "I haven't given up, Fake Smiley," said Vice the Vicious. "None of Rogid's plans to weaken our enemies has worked so far. We need better leadership, and I can provide it. I will prevail and beat Rogid of Mud into the muck." "Vice, please be reasonable," said Fake Smiley. "Besides, Rogid has been secretly working against that gooey goody two-shoes, Prince of the Gimwits, Prince Globan. He reeks of goodness, makes me sick. I shiver with fury every time I say his very name." "I hate to say his name too," said Vice the Vicious. "His name sounds like it has the word glow in it. I hate things that glow. Flying's jewels glow, and I detest them all. And I hate the royal Gimlet family, who live in the dainty little castle with all those flying jewels. But I have a plan, not only to defeat Rogid, but to take over the entire Gimlet universe, and you're going to help me." Prince Globan is a prince of promise, heir to the throne. He's very bright, creative, full of energy, and optimistic. And Globan has always lived in the castle of royal harmony with his father, the wise King Globe, and his mother, Queen Goody. Happiness comes naturally for Globan, and wouldn't you be happy too if every time you took a step you left a track of gold dust? That's the way it is with the royal Gimwits, because they dedicate themselves to goodness. Now, you might ask yourself, what does gold have to do with goodness? Because some people who have lots of gold are not especially good at all. But gold dust among the Gimlet royal family is different. Normally, with each step of goodness they take, they leave gold dust footprints on the ground. And these footprints of good can bring all kinds of special magic on an otherwise drab and ordinary day. King Globe, that's me, calls them Gimlet tracks. Lately, however, there hasn't been much gold dust when Globan takes a walk. In fact, most days there hasn't been any gold dust at all. And that is only one of the many very strange things that have been happening recently to Globan. The prince tried not to think about his problem as he and Squirm enjoyed the beautiful purple flues flowers in the royal garden. "Do you realize, Squirm," said Globan to his very best friend, "that purple flues flowers are very special, and that if we were to float on a breeze of purple flues vapor, we would be transported to a whole new Gimlet world, a world of jungles called Googa Jingle. Not Googa Jingle. You mean the word Goga Jumble, said Squirm, who was perched up on Globon's shoulder. I know all about Goga Jumble, and so should you. You studied all about it. All I remember about it today is there are big plants there with black and white leaves, gigantic leaves. Yes, zebra plants, said Squirm. It's very strange that's all you remember today. What's wrong? You almost always seem to have the very best memory in all of Galant. I don't know what's wrong, but I've been forgetting a lot of things lately, said Globon. My mom is getting quite concerned about me. In fact, she wants to have a talk. Whenever she says she wants to have a talk, it's usually not good news, because she sounded worried. Yikes, I don't know. Maybe I should run off and hide. Don't be silly, Globon. We can't run off and hide. For one thing, I can't run. I don't have feet. And besides, nobody can escape his problems just by going somewhere else. I guess you're right. You're a good friend, Squirm. Globon, would you like to see me grow bigger? Said Squirm, deliberately changing the subject. I've been practicing changing my size. Without waiting for an answer, Squirm slid off Globon's shoulder and doubled her size just by wishing it. Think big and become big. And so does my hat. And to be small, I curl up like a ball, and I shrink like this. And then suddenly Squirm and her hat were tiny once again. Squirm bounced back up onto Prince Globon's shoulder again as he walked on a neatly trimmed path near Gimlet Castle. He glanced down at his footprints just to see if there was any gold dust today, and he shook his head in disappointment. There was nothing at all. Can I see a special display of your bump magic today? Asked Squirm. Of course, replied Squirm. What would you like to see? Squirm can do bump magic by using bumps on his head. She has the power to make a wish, close her eyes, and then the bumps on her head light up and beep. And by the time she opens her eyes, her wish will have come true. That is, if it's a reasonable wish. She can't wish for a castle to appear. That would be an unreasonable wish because a castle is enormous. And she can't wish for a tree to appear where there is none because Squirm cannot create something from nothing. Can you make a little tiny purple flues plant grow lots of flues flowers? Asked Globon. All we have in the garden is that one very scrawny purple flues bush. They looked at the purple flues bush together. Yes, it was scrawny, and it had hardly grown at all in an entire year, and there was altogether too few flowers. It's a very sad-looking bush. You're right, said Squirm. Please take off my cap. And when Globon removed Squirm's cap, one of Squirm's bumps began to light up and beep, and then that scrawny little purple flues began to sprout, new branches, and purple flues flowers everywhere. Awesome, thank you, said Prince Globon. Globon and Squirm agreed they would play again later in the afternoon. First, however, Globon had to meet with his mother, Queen Goody, in one of the meeting rooms in their castle to have that talk. Hi, Mother, said Globon in a very cheery voice. Am I on time? No, Globon, replied Queen Goody, sounding a bit stern. Just like every other day recently, you're late. You've been late for breakfast, late for lunch, and late for dinner, late for lessons, and you stay up too late at night. I'm sorry, Mother. I'll try to do better. We really must have a serious talk about this. I was shocked this morning to receive a poor report on you from your teacher. She says that very recently your learning has been going backwards, and that each day you seem to be forgetting a little more of what you've already been taught. Perhaps I'm forgetting a thing or two, but I've been busy thinking about important things to come, such as the fact that someday very soon, when Father retires, I shall become King Globon, and it shall be my responsibility to rule over the 12 worlds in the Gimlet universe. 12 worlds? Did you just say 12 worlds? Said Queen Goody. 12. Oh, did I? Stammered Globon. There are only 8 Gimlet worlds, Globon. Of course there are. I know that. You know that since you were a young little gimlet, And the 8 worlds we have always lived on Galant. She gave Globon a long, worried look. What's wrong with your son? Something has come over you. You've been behaving so peculiar lately. Have I? Well, yes, I suppose. Perhaps I have, but I really don't know why, Mother. Well, as your mother, it's my responsibility to get to the bottom of it, and we'll start by assigning you a tutor. A tutor means more lessons, said Globon, and I can't explain why, but lessons always make me sleepy. I fall asleep and dream of being glorious and a wonderful king, and when I wake up, the teacher always asks me a question about what she's been teaching, and usually I would know all the answers even in my sleep, but lately I don't. Too much daydreaming and not enough learning. Your new tutor will fix that. Promise me that you'll behave and pay attention to her. How can I promise, Mother, when I never know when my mind is going to drift? I visit many places in my mind, and that's probably because with all 11 of the Gimwit worlds in our universe, I've only seen a few of them, including the world Galant. 8 worlds, said the Queen. 8, 8, 8. Oh, 8, of course. I know that, said Globon, who had no idea why he had forgotten something he'd always known. Who will be my tutor, Mother, he asked. You're very fortunate, Globon. Jasara, the master of the flying jewels, will be your tutor. Couldn't Squirm be my tutor, Mother? Squirm, your best friend? Are you serious? Queen Goody gave a long, deep sigh. Globon, I know you haven't had a chance really to get to know Jazz yet, like your father and I have, but many times Jazz has given us help and advice that is very intelligent and wise. She's very old, you know, quite ancient in fact, but being a jewel, she always looks beautiful and never seems to age a single day. And she's as beautiful as a diamond, as sparkling as green emerald, and as bright as a red ruby. Actually, I remember Jazz well, Mother. I used to play with her in her laboratory, where she made you the flying carpet. What are you talking about, Globon? Said Queen Goody, very alarmed. Jazz is no laboratory. That's Rabba. That's Rabba. Rabba is the inventor who made the terrible flying carpet. Oh, I wish you hadn't reminded me of that. Oh, yes, of course. Raz doesn't have a laboratory, said Globon, lowering his head. Not Raz, it's Jazz, son, Jazz. Honestly, Globon, I don't know what's to be done with you. You've always been our prince of great promise. What must your poor father be thinking? He would so like to retire and have you become the new king of the Gimwit universe. If that's to happen, some things must be straightened out, and that's for certain. A tear came to Globon's eye. He'd always been a dreamer with big dreams, but now his dreams were overpowering him, or something he couldn't understand was overpowering him and clouding his mind. He had always been an excellent student who remembered every fact and date, but now he couldn't even remember that King Elias Jeffreys Morgenstern Montgomery was the first king of the Gimwit universe. I often think that if my birdcage had not been stolen and the robbery had never happened, you wouldn't be in this pickle, said his mother. I'm quite sure I've traced your problems back to that terrible night. Something bad happened to you that night, and we do not know what it is. Globon had tried many times to remember. Sometimes he got a glimmer of what happened that night. Someone had come into his room, someone from Wasteland, a Gimwit Waste King, someone who had said, you will never be, but he just couldn't remember the rest of what he heard, and the more he tried, the less he remembered. So, it seems like Globon has some problems that we can't seem to figure out. And if you read more of this book, you'll find out more about how he figures out what's going on with him and what's going to happen more. I think you really like this story. Also, besides the big book, we also have some smaller books that are actually this big book in 4 separate books. So that's also an option for you as well. But I know you're going to love to learn more about the Gimwits, the Gimwit story, the Gimwit characters, and the great adventure Globon goes on that makes me a very proud king.
Thank you, King Globe, for that great introduction to the Gimwit story. We want you to know the whole story and get to experience all the worlds and meet all of the characters. And we want to emphasize that through every adventure, Gimwit's motto is, goodness is greater. There's many ways to find out more about the Gimwits. One is to go to the website, thegimwits.com. TheGimmwitts.com, the Gimwits. Also, you can find us on Amazon Kindle. And if you have a membership, you can read the books for free. Either the 4-book series or all 4 books in one in the big book. If you don't have a membership, they're only $2.99 each. And the big book is $9.99. You've learned a couple of ways to learn more about the Gimwits on the website, thegimwits.com, or going to Amazon Kindle and typing in The Gimwits, and then you'll find us there. But there's something more today. Because you've shared your time with us, we'd love to give you a free gift, the ebooks. If you want to send us an email using this address, just say, hey, thanks for the show. I'd love to get an ebook, or just make it known that you've watched this show today. And we will send you the ebooks free. If you want to send us your mailing address, then I'll send you one of these cool things. This is a credit card looking thing with, this is the front, and then on the back, which by the way says, hey, like us on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook, the Gimwits. And what this is there's an arrow here and you push it this way and a USB comes out. You stick it in the computer and there are the ebooks 4-book series on this credit card. And we will give you this free while supplies last if you email us and give us your address. We won't share that information with anybody else. We just want to say thank you for being here today and happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And remember, goodness is greater.
Hi, welcome to Design and Imports by Peach. My name is Peach and this is our business. My husband and I import Eastern European merchandise from Estonia, Latvia, Poland, and Ukraine. We have Eastern European style souvenirs, nostalgic wooden toys, a variety of different Christmas ornaments, and folk style wool wear. We also have a lot of different kitchen items that you can see from the table here. We travel to these countries and we personally select as many of the items as we can. We're very proud that all of our items are from the countries that they represent. We work with small businesses, small companies that hand make a lot of these items. So I have a few things on the table here that we'll talk about. We do have a lot more in the shop, so you can always visit our website or Facebook page for more details. But some of the wool items that we have, very popular, are the hand warmers. So they have just a little hole for the thumb. And then they just come over like that and they just keep your wrist warm. And it's great for offices that are chilly or people that work maybe outside, things like that. So very popular. We have several styles of those. We have from Latvia headbands. We have different ones that have the ear coverings as well. Very many different of their national folk style designs. The patterns are very specific to that region. From the same country, we have the hand knit wool gloves. These are very traditionally Latvian. These are handmade by the Latvian grandmas. There's a company that works with those grandmas to keep this art style alive. Beautifully done, handmade work, just amazing. We also have from Latvia a children's set of hats and mittens. Very fun styles, just cute little designs, fun for Christmas. That also has a scarf that matches. So we have a few different styles of those. New products from us from that country. From Estonia, we have some nice heavy wool hats, mittens, and scarves. Here's an example of a hat with the ear flaps. They have the fleece lining that makes it extra soft and then extra warm as well. They have the hats, mittens that match. Another style from that company with little tassels on top. There's a scarf that matches this set as well. Another place in Estonia, we get these beautiful long stocking caps. These are great for anyone that likes to ski or outdoor activities. It's a hat and a scarf together in one. Very cozy, very warm. As far as wool socks, we have from Estonia soft women's wool socks, nice and just very cozy feeling. We have the same style for men with the same kind of soft fuzzy feel. From Ukraine, we have these nice heavy duty, very thick, very warm socks. Different styles, different sizes are available. And then we also have fashion socks, and these are great gifts, great stocking stuffers. One of the popular things in Europe is to have a pair of socks that doesn't exactly match, but it is a set. So they're same designs but different colors for each socks. This is an example of a woman's set, and this is an example of a men's set. Just kind of a fun, unique gift idea. We do have some fun wooden toys, the nostalgic wooden toys. These are handmade in the Carpathian Mountains of Ukraine. This is a classic, just kind of like a fidget spinner toy that's handed down through generation to generation. Hours of fun. Then we have the little catapult toy. You just, no screws, no metal, anything here. You just pull it down, put whatever you're wanting to launch there, and off it goes. And it's a great toy, lots of fun. We have some of the ornaments. These are handmade for us in Estonia, so this is a very popular one, this Viking ornament, especially here in Minnesota. We have some Christmas gnomes, a little boy and a little girl Christmas gnome. They're all handmade, hand-painted. Another little guy with the Santa with the tree and the lantern. He has a little wire in his hat so you can bend him to hang wherever you like, or you can just set him on a shelf with his hat straight up. And then a new one for our collection this year is a little angel. We have her with a candle as well as holding a songbook. Some of the kitchen items that we have, we can do little gift sets. These are handmade linen bags with a tea towel and then a wooden spoon. Great little gift ideas for grandma on the list or whoever likes to cook. From Poland, we have these beautifully colored candles. This is a very traditional Polish style of art with the flowers and the colorful designs. Also with the popular pattern with the chicken on it is also a Polish design. We have a lot of different wooden things hand painted in Ukraine. This is a very classical style of painting that's done in Eastern Europe. Trivets of those. There's one with the laser cut elk design. We also have handmade dolls. These are handmade in Ukraine. These dolls are wearing the national dress. We have a little man doll as well. He's got the national costume on as well. We have several selections of table runners. This one is a hand woven one. You can see the different colors. It's a beautifully designed snowflake pattern in this table runner. We have several different ones, red and white, some with green, some of the classic ones, like we have one here that's actually hand stitched with the classic patterns, very beautiful workmanship. So these are Ukrainian. So this is a very common cross-stitch. Designs are from Ukraine. We have different tea towels from Latvia, some from Poland. Also, yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, feel free to find us on Facebook at Designs and Imports by Peach, and also our website at designsbypeach.com. Thank you.
potato and onion pierogi. I ovnatash's pierogi. And very simple ingredients. The first we boil potato and fry some onion. Make sure it's caramelized. And after that we have fillings. Potato, little bit of salt, pepper, and caramelized onion. And next step, we are going to make our fillings first, like this. I'm taking a scoop and making the fillings like this. And I have very nice, helpful tools. It's pierogi dough machine. Help me make a dough more fast instead of using this one. It's an old way. This has helped a lot. It's like my big kitchen aid. Okay, we make some fillings, and now I'm gonna make some dough. In my recipe of my dough, I have only water, vegetable oil, little bit of salt, yeah, and all-purpose flour. No dairy, no eggs. It's for people who likes to eat vegetarian stuff. Okay, now the machines are good. I'm gonna take my dough inside. Little bit of flour. One more time. It's ready. Turn off my machine, and I have a special tools to help me make pierogi. This little circle, and I'm gonna twist. Make some skin for pierogi. Take them out and put some fillings on top of my dough. I'm gonna make a little bit more. It's very simple and delicious. We can make them as a main dish, side dish, appetizer, and I'm going to punch with my fingers like this. Make a little half moon shape. And after that, we're going to boil some hot water, add pinch of salt, and boil pierogi approximately 3 minutes until they float on the top. And you guys can eat them fresh, directly from the pot, or you can fry them a little bit on the pan with oil or butter. That's all. I hope you all enjoy my video.
Hello? David K here.
at Christkindlsmarkt headquarters. Unfortunately, postponed or canceled or whatever for this year because of COVID. So this is a live stream deal, and we were booked to do kind of a rockabilly, Roy Orbison, Buddy Holly Christmas party down there in the Commons, which would have been great, but I'm just going to sing Christmas songs and whatever, okay, comforting during these times. So that's what I'm going to do, or whatever I feel like, okay? Just want you to be relaxed and enjoy with me if you're watching, and thank you for all your support of Christkindlsmarkt over the years. And this is all for Merle and all her hard work and her team. And this is for Jimmy Hootmacher. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I read. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Dreaming of a Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases, may all your Christmases, may all your Christmases be white. We do not have a white Christkindlsmarkt. It's actually pretty out. So that's okay. Snow's gonna come. I'm used to playing some of these with my band, so if I screw these up, it's just because that's flawed. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, how fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, how fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, that fields we go, laughing all the way. There's some bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing in a sleighing song at night. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in one horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, dashing, laughing all the way. Ho, ho, something like that. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. For it is to ride and sing in a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Applause. Insert audio edited applause. You're gonna have that, right? Okay. So now I'm gonna do a non-Christmas song. This is a comforting Beatles song. Tough times, let's just let it be. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. When I find myself in times of trouble, what never comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Look at all the people living in their world. There would be an answer, let it be. Though there may be politics, there's still a chance that they will see. There would be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Oh, so let it be. Wake up to the sound of music. Mama Mary comes to me, whispering words of wisdom, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she's standing right in front of me, whispering words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whispering words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, now let it be. Whispering words of wisdom, let it be. Just let it be. Silent night, holy night, all is gone, all is bright. Round your virgin mother and child, holy infant soul, tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night. Shepherds quake at the sight. Glories stream from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night. Sun goes pure light. Radiant beams from thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord of thy birth. Jesus, Lord of thy birth. holy night, holy night. All is gone and all is bright. Proud on virgin, mother and child, holy infant son, tender and mild, sleep heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. There was a secret chord they played, and please the Lord, you don't really care for music, do ya? Goes like this: fourth and fifth, the minor fall, the major left, baffled king composing, hallelujah, 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 faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and moonlight overthrew you. She tied you to the kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair. From your lips she drew hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been there before, and seen this room and I walked this floor. that you hear at night, not somebody who'll see the light. It's a call, and it's a broken heart. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Absolutely know that there's a God above. That's my version. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you next year on the Commons.
It's Anna! I hope that you are enjoying the winter holiday season and sharing in holiday traditions with those you love and care about so much. Over the years, Elsa and I have made it a tradition of ours to visit everyone at Excelsior Christkindlsmarkt. And we absolutely love taking in the sights and sounds and the aromas of this joyous festival celebration, which includes German and Alpine traditions like sweet and savory strudel, delectable chocolates, and hot Kinder Cocoa. Chocolate. Oh, and of course, there is so much to see and do there, from original art and traditional handcrafted gifts to storytelling and parades and meeting Father Christmas himself. Did you know that Excelsior Christkindlsmarkt is carrying out German Christmas market traditions that go way back to 1434, when the first Christmas market was established, Striezelmarkt, in Dresden, Germany. Elsa and I are so grateful to be a part of this tradition and to share in the virtual festival celebration this year. In honor of the virtual festivities happening this year for Christkindlsmarkt, I created a craft of an Advent holiday wreath. And I'll go ahead and give you a closer look at it. I really hope that you'll join me in creating your own Advent wreath as well. As you can see, I've got 4 candles on my wreath, and I'll explain to you why in just a bit here. It's also an ornament, and did you see that I have the Arundel Yule Bell on there, as well as Elsa's symbols of the spirits. And those are on the 4 different candles, the fire, water, earth, and wind spirits. Well, it's an ornament, so you can hang it up on a tree or wherever pleases you as a bit of extra holiday decoration when you're done. If you're interested in creating your own Advent wreath, then go to our website, www.tdppmn.com, and click on our Excelsior Christkindlsmarkt page, and there you will find the coloring page and instructions for your Advent wreath. And as you can see, my wreath is divided up into 4 different sections. And the reason for this is because each of these sections are created over a period of time. One section for each Sunday leading up to the holidays. And this is my starting point right here. So if I'm following my instructions, I would color this first part of my wreath up until November 29th, that line right there. And I kind of imagine the line continuing into the wreath right there. So the Advent wreath is actually traditionally made of pine boughs, and a family will put 4 red candles on top of the wreath, and on the Sundays leading up to Christmas, the family will light 1 candle each Sunday. And during this candle lighting period, it's an opportunity for the family to spend time together and to enjoy each other's company. And sometimes they'll sing Christmas carols, la 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 la, or perhaps maybe they'll have some special cookies or some hot Kinder Cocoa. And most of all, it's important that they spend this time together. So I hope that you'll join me in creating your Advent wreath. And I'll show you where I am with mine right now, because I just colored in the first section of my wreath since we already passed November 29th, the first Sunday of Advent. So my next section will be right here, as you can see, and I'll go all the way to December 6th. Well, would you like to color your wreath with me? If you do, then you will just need your coloring sheet and instructions, as well as your choice of colored pencils, crayons, or markers to color on your wreath. I'm really excited to get started on the next section of my wreath, and I really hope that you'll join me. Okay, let's get started. Well, as you can see, I have some colored pencils here, and I have my Advent wreath. And for my colored pencils, I chose a couple different shades of red, some orange, some yellow and brown, and of course, plenty of different shades of green, because I will be coloring on not just my candle, but also this small section of my wreath right here. Let's go ahead and get coloring. our holiday wreath. Oh, I mean, just the second section of our holiday wreath. Let's take a closer look. I think it's turning out great, don't you? I'm so happy that you could join me today for this special holiday wreath craft, and I'm really excited because we're not done yet. We've got two more sessions coming up on December 13th and December 20th when we are going to be coloring in those sections of our wreath on our Facebook fan page. So be sure to check it out and to join us again for coloring your wreath, and stay tuned for special instructions on cutting out your wreath then and also getting it ready to hang as an ornament. Well, Tiny Diva Princess Party would like to give a really special thank you to Excelsior Christkindlsmarkt for inviting us to join in the virtual festivities this year. We are so grateful to be a part of this tradition and to be a part of the celebration with all of you. Thank you for joining us today. And be sure to check out what's coming up for us on our website, www.tdppmn.com, because we have a couple of special virtual appearances coming up with my sister Elsa, where you'll get the opportunity to meet with her one-on-one. And we also have some special holiday gift boxes on our website that you can check out. And they are painting boxes, so they'll prepare you for a special painting session with Elsa on December 21st, her birthday. And on that day, she'll be demoing a painting of Olaf that you can join her for. Well, I am so happy that you could join me today, and I'm so excited to do more activities together this holiday season, and I hope that you're having a wonderful winter. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye for now.
Hi there, this is Patty Gilk. I am the owner of Jess Naturals in downtown Excelsior. We opened Jess about a year ago after I was trying to decide what I was going to do with my 3 kids in college. I'm a registered nurse and I started researching CBD products for myself. I was having some anxiety and sleep issues with menopause, trying to find a more natural solution. After trying several different brands and doing all of the research, it was so helpful for me that I decided to open a store and educate our community. We have education events, had education events, and we do private consults over the phone or in the store. We have a website, and you can order and ship anywhere in the country. And I would appreciate you telling all of your family and friends that we are a small business in downtown Excelsior, and we'd be happy to help you. So I'd like to show you the store. So it's raining today, but this is our location right on the corner of George and Water Street. This is the front of the store, and come on in. This week we're doing holiday sale of 20% off all of our items in the store. Here is our dog section for relaxation, for pain, for older dogs, arthritis, car rides, that type of thing. Here's one of our mottos, less farm, more farm. You come over here. These are the diffusers from Hyacinth. And all you do here is flip this baby over a couple times a day, and it diffuses through the wood. There are 4 different scents that I carry, and they last about 6 months, and then you just refill them. We have some candles. This is a great gift set from Charlotte's Web for all the Charlotte's Web fans. Some chocolate. And these are lip goos. These are great. Like a chapstick. This is the Lord Jones line. So it comes in bath salts, a body lotion, and then, oh hey, there's me. And these are some gumdrop gummies for the woman who has everything. This is St. Jane. St. Jane is a company that was started, the Sephora VP started this company, and this body serum was Oprah's best body product last year. And there's lips, and there's a little gift package with a little bit of face cream or face serum and the lip goo. Okay, over here we have some of the drinks that we carry. There are sparkling waters, super popular coffee. The coffee is great for Thanksgiving morning, just to get yourself motivated and stay calm at the same time. There's some honey, and these are tea, chamomile, turmeric and ginger, and peppermint CBD teas. Those are really great. Here's our little stocking stuffer section. Just a selection of gummies and chocolates. These are from, remember the old Frango Mint days? These are from the same company. It's a chocolate melt-away, CBD chocolate melt-away. And here are the bath bombs and some gift cards. If you're interested in getting someone a gift card, that would be great. I can do a private consult too. You can let them know, they can make an appointment, and we can talk on the phone or in the store. Little Mr. Moxie's mints, those are good as well. And over here are the gummies, oils, soft gels, and topicals. This is really why I went into this, and being a registered nurse, I started researching this product for me for a lot of anxiety and sleeplessness I was having with my menopause days. And after I was done, I just curated a selection of some of the top products in the country. And I just feel like anything that you purchase here at Jess, we've done the research for you, and you can feel comfortable making a purchase. Here is a gift table. We can put anything together for you and wrap it. There's some spa things here, some body oil. This Vertly lotion smells great, it's awesome. another lip balm. There's a sugar scrub and some skin repair sticks. And that is the store. I hope you guys can come and visit us. We'd love to see you, and have a great Thanksgiving holiday season. Take care.
The Dog Who Found Christmas by Linda Jennings, illustrated by Catherine Walters. When Buster was a little puppy, he had to leave his mother and go to a new home. At first, his new family petted him and called him cute. But as Buster grew from a puppy into a little dog, things began to go wrong. He tried his best to please, but his owners yelled at him when he jumped on them or chewed things. "Bad dog," they shouted. "You're more trouble than you're worth." One cold winter, his family took Buster to a part of town where he had never been before. They pushed him out of the car and left him on the edge of a wide, busy road. They didn't want Buster anymore. The cars raced by all day, but nobody noticed poor Buster. It grew dark, and the car's headlights shone like huge, fierce eyes. Buster was very frightened. He wondered why his family didn't come back for him. He wanted to go home, but he didn't know where home was. Without thinking, Buster rushed out into the road. Screech! 2 cars swerved to avoid him. The drivers leaned out their windows and yelled at the little dog. Buster ran into a yard and lay trembling under a bush. He waited and waited. When his heart stopped thumping so loudly, he came out. It was very cold and he was very hungry. He crept up to the front door of a house and scratched at it. The door opened, and a woman looked down at Buster. But before she could say anything, a huge, snarling dog appeared from behind her and thrust its head into Buster's face. "Go away before I bite you," he growled. "This is my home." Suddenly, the big dog broke free and chased Buster down a path, snapping at his short, stumpy tail. Buster just managed to squeeze through a hole in the hedge before the big dog could nip at him again. Buster sat on the frosty pavement, licking his sore tail. He wondered where he should go. He trotted on and hesitated at another open gate. There were lights sparkling on a tree in the window. The house looked very cheerful and welcoming. Buster started to walk up the driveway, but he didn't get so far. "Scram, you mutt!" Buster looked up. Sitting on the wall above him was a large tabby cat. "My territory," he hissed. The cat showed his claws and his sharp white teeth. "Okay," sighed Buster, "I'll go." Nobody wants me, thought Buster. It started to snow, and Buster's fur grew wetter and wetter. His little body shook with cold. Some people were walking down the road singing. Buster thought if he could move along with them, they might notice him and take him home. Keeping his distance, he followed them. The singers turned into a driveway. "Silent night, holy night," they sang. They stood in a circle outside a house. Buster crept among them, wondering if they would notice him, but worrying that if they did, they might tell him to go away. To the door, the house opened, and Buster could smell something delicious. His stomach grumbled with hunger. "One for each of you," said a voice, and a hand held out a plate of cookies. "Thank you, Mr. Merriweather," said the carolers, "and one for the little dog," he added. "What little dog?" everyone asked. They looked down at their feet. Buster gazed up at them with pleading eyes. "Who is he? Where did he come from?" the carolers asked. "He must be a stray. He looks very hungry," said one little girl. She gave Buster a cookie, and he swallowed it down with one gulp. Mr. Merriweather came out of the house and looked at Buster. "I'll take him," he said. "I think he needs a good home, and I've always wanted a dog for Christmas." He put out his hand to Buster, but the little dog drew back, afraid. "Come on, little fellow," said Mr. Merriweather gently. "We'll have a good Christmas together, you and I." Buster stretched contentedly in the front of the fire. His tummy was full, and he felt warm at last. "Welcome home, little dog," said Mr. Merriweather. "Woof," said Buster. The end.
Hi guys, it's Lori with Sjofin's Musings coming to you from my kitchen. I wish we could be together in person this weekend at Christkindlsmarkt, but I'm glad we're keeping everyone safe and doing this virtually, so I just wanted to give you a little demonstration of a couple of popular items and my process with making them. So I've put together this short video for you. You can follow along if you'd like, and I hope you visit my website to see a little bit more in person. Thanks. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got several different things that I like to keep with me when I'm knitting. The first are some items that help me with my project, some snips, a darning needle, and my labeling tags. I've also got a candle, just because I like to have one around. And I've got a massive hot chocolate, because that makes me happy too. And we could all use a little bit more happy right now. So I encourage you, as you are shopping, make yourself a giant hot chocolate. So the first item I'm going to show you is how I finish my great cable headband. And if you've been in my booths before, in years past, you've probably seen me working on one of these or something similar. And it is a giant chunky knit, and it's really cozy, and it feels really good on. It covers your ears, and it's made of 100% wool. So I'm going to switch to hyperspeed so that you can visit more vendors a little bit faster. Welcome back. So this is the great cable headband, and it's all finished, and as you can see, it covers my ears, and like I said, it's 100% wool. This one is Peruvian wool, which is a mix of Corriedale and Merino. It's very soft and very sturdy. So if you are looking for a new headband for yourself, for a loved one, stop by my shop. I'm happy to make one for you in your color of choice. Okay, thanks.
Well, I'm going to read a poem here I've never read before. It's from Kathleen Kavanagh. Is that right? Let's see if I can read it pretty good here. Oh, what a picture here by it. Let's see. Keep time, glad Christmas chime. Louder, louder, sing the song sublime. Near half enough can e'er be told of that dear story, sweet and old. Goodness. Hark, men and women, children too, listen to the wondrous tale anew. How long ago in land afar, the shepherds saw the shining star. Wow! Heard in close strains of harp and lyre, attuned to the thrill of angels' choir. The other one's a liar then. Keep time, while a joyful chime Bid every heart keep Christmas time. Let there be none so worn and weary. Let there be none so lone and dreary. That they rich music may not fill with happiness and found goodwill. With just a bit of hope and cheer, a firmer trust in heaven near, a sense of sacred new-found rest, that Jesus sleeps on Mary's breast. Keep time, blessed Christmas chime, repeat the message true sublime, unto the mighty, to the lowly, unto the sinner, to and holy. Bid them live on a gentle peace, their strife and hatred all to cease, and bid them come not as of old with frankincense, myrrh, gems, and gold, but with the nobler love's own offer unto God their hearts to offer. What a beautiful poem. Thank you, Kathleen. I have another poem to read here. It's Christmas Bells by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and loud and sweet the words repeat, of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And though how, as the day had come, the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along the unbroken song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Till ringing, singing on its way, the road revolved from night to day, a voice, a chime, a chaunt sublime, of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song. Of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fall, the wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. That's a nice one. I wish I could read it 100 more times. I'd do better. Anyway, thank you.
Hi, my name is Tom, and I'm from Rulin Strudel House, and we make great strudel. The inspiration at Rulin Strudel House is to make food to make people happy. All of our products are made right here in St. Paul, Minnesota. We use the finest and freshest ingredients seasonally available. We have 32 varieties of strudel, both sweet and savory. Every one of them has its own personality and touches your taste buds differently. Besides its flavor, the greatest thing about Rulin Strudel is that it's take and bake. There's no proofing, there's no thawing, there's no waiting. It goes right from the freezer to the oven. For more information on Rulin Strudel House, go to www.thestrudelhouse.com. There you'll find information about our farmers markets in the summer, our fundraising program, as well as the retail outlets that we currently are selling in. At Rulin Strudel House, we are love on a plate.
The Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, with visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what the matter. Away to a window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave luster to midday objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, in a moment I knew it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Donner and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donna and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pouring of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and his beard of his chin was white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump and just jolly old elf. I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings and then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh and to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Merry Christmas!
Acquaintance be forgot